NFL got it in last night. What was that all about?
So, 30 years later.
8-2 in Tampa, no less. What was, what the hell were they smoking? 30 years later. Thanks to the Beast, by the way, for your facts. Thanks.
By the way, I have the solution for the Panthers.
Yeah.
They should take 16 days off and then come back and play again.
Okay, sounds good to me.
It's like a fresh horse.
I think the Leafs can take 16 weeks off and come back and play again. Won't make any difference.
It's like a fresh horse, you know. Some horses.
Don't start with a hockey talk, okay? That would not be a good way to start my 30th anniversary.
You started it.
The hell I did.
The first words out of your mouth were 8-2 out of Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did that have to do with hockey?
Oh, you were talking about something else?
I was talking about the odds of the dog track.
Oh.
Is that still open, by the way?
Yes. It's a nice track.
No, it's not a nice track. The St. Pete Derby Lane was a nice track.
Tampa is nice. I've been over there.
Okay. I have too.
Steinbrenner, since Steinbrenner bought it, it's very nice.
What, the dog track?
Yeah.
Oh.
I went over there to watch simulcasting when I was there covering some football games. I went there to watch the Breeders' Cup one year. It was pretty good.
Derby Lane was really something.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
And Flagler.
Yeah.
All these places rest in peace.
Flagler's still open.
Here comes the bunny, and there goes
your money. Flagler's still open, and Hollywood's still open.
Clarence is out of town. He's busy doing basketball again tonight. We got in Maryland, so he's up there in wherever the hell that is.
College Park.
Mm-hmm. Good place for him.
So what are you going to do for your anniversary?
Absolutely nothing.
What do you mean nothing?
Tomorrow I'm going to celebrate by taking off at 12:50.
Oh, there's a baseball
and again
game.
Next Wednesday at 12:50.
30 years ago.
Marlins, they are the best, huh?
30 years ago, did you ever think you'd be doing like a 2-hour show? Because you were gonna leave for
look at who the hell is talking,
baseball
man.
game.
Look at who's talking. This guy does 3 hours every day on days when he shows up, and then when he used to be on there 4 to 6:30, 2.5 hours scam. You should have never let that thing go, no matter for love or money.
Money.
4 to 6:30, boy.
It wasn't love. But the money.
In fact, yeah, look at that. 4 to 6:30 tomorrow, Mandich has got a scam because the Panthers in Montreal are playing.
Yep.
And then he's got 4 to 6:30 on Friday because it's the Panthers and the Hurricanes, so that should be really ugly. So then, although you never know after last night, maybe they're on the verge of greatness.
You don't want to talk hockey on your anniversary?
No, I sure don't.
There you go again.
You ought to see the faxes and the telegrams. Oh my God, you'd just plots.
Is the president going to call during a show?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, this is pretty impressive after 30 years. 6, 7. 7 faxes this morning. Let's hear it.
All right.
All right, after 30 years, man. They're lined up at my door here. They're all the way out there on Young Street. Fantastic.
That's one for every 4.5 years.
Yeah. The love. Can't you feel the love and the warmth from South Florida? Remember the song The Warmth of the Sun by the Beach Boys?
Yes.
Well, it warms up the atmosphere in South Florida, but not the people. That's the difference.
Well,
it's as cold as a giant brick of ice. Remember, I'm sure you remember the days when the Iceman used to bring he had that big pair of tongs.
Yeah. Yep.
And they used to have that big block of ice that they would use in the freezer long before the days of the modern refrigerators. Yeah, the milkman would show up, and then the Iceman.
The paperboy.
And the paperboy. That's right. Well, the paperboy still shows up. I don't know who the paperboy generally is, like a 40-year-old guy now. And what a shame that I guess I canceled the wrong paper because I canceled the Herald at the house quite some time ago. And the Sun-Sentinel still shows up. And now, the only reason Kevin Baxter wrote that, and I don't want to sound ungrateful because he wrote a nice piece, is that Duff called him.
Yeah.
So the Sun-Sentinel wrote nothing. Your good buddy Jicha? You know, there's a thing about people being little, not only in stature. There are some short people like Napoleon who is small in stature but big in terms of his impact on the world. But there are people who are small physically and also in other ways as well, like Tom Jicha. Just being a small person. Just like out of spite, you know. I mean, he wrote a big thing on the 20th anniversary and the 25th anniversary. Well, of course, about 30.
About 30, man.
Which is the title of our CD that we're peddling now for Abandoned Pet Rescue. That, you know, that would seem to me that would be pretty significant. But not in the Sun-Sentinel. There isn't one word, not nary a word. Positive, negative, friendly, hostile. We'll just ignore that old queen, that's all. Just to hell with them. And you know what? To hell with them.
So in your 30 years...
So I'm still waiting for you to throw Jicha over. In fact, maybe that's what
I haven't seen him. I haven't been going out to call.
Well, he doesn't cover the local scene.
Shut it down.
He's too important for that. Now, he writes puff pieces about network TV shows that'll be canceled in about 10 minutes. Haven't seen him, huh?
Not lately.
Well, maybe that's a good sign.
So my question for you is...
Yes?
30 years.
Yeah.
Thanks
to Sid Levin, by the way. He rescued me from that shopping center in Yuma, Arizona. Well, that's a true story. I was getting ready to start a job in Yuma, Arizona.
Oh, yeah, you turned back.
And I called my mother. She said, Sid Levin just called from WKAT. He wants to talk to you. He thinks he wants to hire you. So I turned around and I drove all the way back.
I was thinking about you yesterday and Sid, and in the days when you started there, Sid was the first one to put sports talk on the air, too.
Well, that's unfortunate.
He had Sonny Hirsch.
Right. Chris Myers.
And Luther Evans.
Oh, Luther Evans did the horse racing thing, rest in peace.
But Luther had a talk show on Sunday nights.
That's correct.
So those were the first sports talk shows down here.
And we had Art Smith was the engineer. I'm just talking about all the dead people again. And Laverne was the receptionist. And Lynn Russell and Jim Alton were the morning... What was the name of that show? Did it have a name? I forget.
Trying to remember the guy who used to be the sports producer there.
Pretty sure Jim Alton is dead.
I don't know.
Howard Premer was there waiting to get fired. I don't want to go through that story again. That's a great story. How'd you like to be program director, Howard? That was great.
And then I guess I don't have to ask you this question.
What about Joe Freed?
No, who was the best program or the best radio guy you ever worked for? And I guess you would probably
Casper.
Would be Casper without a question.
Yeah, I mean Sid was very nice to me and he gave me my start and he's a good guy, but I wouldn't say Sid was necessarily a radio guy. He was, and of course he was a politician. He was on the Dade Commission back then. Remember?
Oh yeah. Hey, he was in the Graham administration. He was the Secretary of Commerce. He
was a political guy. That's right. In fact, I had him. This is bizarre. I had my first boss in the market, Sid Levin, as a guest on my show at WS News because at that point he was working for, was it Florida Plunder and Loot, or he was either...
Yeah, he worked there.
No, I don't think so. I think he was working for the state, for Bob Graham. I don't remember. But
he had both jobs.
He was a guest on my show.
Yep.
How's that? Yeah, Dick Casper was, and of course Tom Jicha was too lazy to write about Dick Casper, too. Tom, you're just a nothing, man. You're pathetic. You're just sad. You belch a lot. That's your claim to fame. You belch on the air a lot every time you're on all those shows, And then every now and then he goes on Mr. Ego show and they sit around rip me an ass. Hey, that's great. Just pronounce the name right, Tom. You jackass. What a joke.
He goes on that show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get spy reports from the limited number of people who might be listening. Yeah, Tom Jicha. Good, close, personal friend.
I know he comes on Eddie's show.
He'll go on anybody's show. No, he fills in on Eddie's show. He doesn't come on the show. He fills in when Eddie's not around. Fills in. That's why he's terrified to say anything about Greg Reed or anything with the station because he doesn't want to lose that gig.
Oh, I'm sure it's a very important gig too.
You're a weak sister, Tom. Well, it gives him a little extra gambling money, for those times when you and he are out there schmoozing at Calder.
So don't you want to say nice things on your 30th anniversary?
What do you mean by that?
I
said a nice thing about Kevin Baxter. I thanked him, about Sid Levin, about everybody I've mentioned now except Tom Jicha. I said something nice about.
Yeah.
Gary Lawrence at INZ, who helped to get me on Zeta.
Okay.
I say nice things about a lot of people.
Enjoy your day. Don't get aggravated.
I'm not the least bit aggravated. Believe me, the sun is shining here. It's cold as hell, but it's sunny and beautiful. There's no snow on the ground. There's not one bit of snow. And it's the 1st of March already. We sure dodged winter up here this year, I'll tell you that. Basically, there wasn't any.
Sun always shines on you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure it does. Yeah, Dick Casper was great, and then we had, of course, Greg Reed. That's another story. We sure miss you, Greg. And, of course, the water Nazi leaving. Now, how are you going to survive without that? Don't mess with my log. Yeah, if there was one word I could think about the environment in that place, it would be pleasant. Pleasant. Don't F with my log. She's a real piece of work. And, of course, Screwan. You can always judge somebody by the people they surround themselves with. And you look at Greg Reed and the misfits that he surrounded himself with, and, it spokes for itself. It spokes. Like spokes on a bicycle wheel.
Would you say that Joe is taking care of all the family business?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'd say he got a good start. He's off to a really good start, but he's got a lot of fish still to fry, man. There's a lot of business to take care of, including your junior program director, who now is trying to play Butch Boss now. Oh, don't play that bit. I think it's over the top. I think it's not fit for air. And he's pretending to be like a real program director now because he knows that he may be next. And if Joe's got any smarts, he should be next because he's a program director like my little dog was a heart surgeon. You know, it's just ridiculous on the face of it. In addition to which, he's not even there again because he's doing another 2 or 3 day sabbatical to broadcast some silly-ass UM basketball game. How many people do you think listen to UM basketball?
Oh, tonight's huge. Big game.
Yeah.
Nine.
I was going to be more generous.
About 30, man.
Yeah, I was going to be a little more generous than that.
One for every year you've been on.
Yeah, that's right. Just like, in fact, that's my goal today is to get 30 faxes. I got 7. That would be 1 for each year. Even if they're hostile faxes, I don't care about that. Do you know that fat boy came in there this morning and sucked up, which was so insincere, it was pathetic. You know, Jeff High, he came in there.
Those sales guys are all...
Except for Brian Schmutz.
Sincere.
Brian's a good guy.
Yeah.
Well, there's one. And Beth.
She just got here.
Yeah, I know that. And Clarence wants to apologize again for the foul language he used when she came in here on Monday.
Clarence?
Yeah.
Why? What did he do?
George will tell you about it. I don't want
I'll tell you the whole story, Hank.
He'll tell you the whole story.
All right.
It was unfortunate.
Let's do it on another day. Today was your day. Don't get aggravated.
Get out of here. My day, my ass. Get out of here.
Well, your day, your ass.
That's a pretty big day.
Yeah, that's right. Big, fat, pimply a day is what it is. Just like my ass. Same old South Florida crap, man. I'll tell you one thing. Can't complain about the warmth and the tenderness and the feeling and the love. Where, like Mo would say, where is the love? Where is the love? Remember that day? Where is the love?
And all of a sudden you saw Mo.
Yeah. Although I will say this, somehow we're managing to fumble our way along without him. You know, he kept saying, what is he going to say? What are they going to talk about when I'm gone? Well, he is gone, and we're still talking. Although now we're talking about him.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't sent me a notice yet. Although he's busy voting on my poll about, ponderous enough already on my 30 years. Ponderous enough, or maybe he voted for stale 15 times.
What's your poll?
The poll is, what best describes Neil's 30 years on the air in Miami? And I've got different words or slogans or, And I put some negative ones on there, obviously, for the malcontents who are still listening, of course, but, like ponderous enough already and stale. Those are the two really aggravating. Aggravating's only got one. But there's about 5% on there that are negative, and that's fine. They're still listening right now. Just like the schmuck that faxed me yesterday about how, he's so sorry that I'm not on Sirius because Howard Stern is on, And you notice Stern's got another $50 million free publicity now that CBS is suing him.
Yeah.
And so Stern's back on the front page of everything. And so the Sun-Sentinel's all over Stern, who's not even on in the market, by the way, unless you got the Sirius thing. Thanks a lot to the Sun-Sentinel, okay? I hope your building crashes. I hope somebody puts a big bomb right in the middle of your newsroom. Not that I take it personally, you understand. Well, listen, have a great day.
You too. Enjoy your anniversary.
Give Sid Levin a big kiss on the lips next time you guys have lunch.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Sid in a
while.
while.
Give him a big wet one. Let's say it was for me. Thanks,
We'll
Sid.
do that. Okay.
Tell him Yukola Katzenstein's still listening in that big listening room in the sky. Hasta mañana.
Hey, have a great day.
Thanks.
everybody all the time. That's the way of life in Florida. Foreheads pop with veins in anger, in hostile bedroom down. Everybody hates everybody all the time, riding on intolerance and fear.
Absolutely.
It's where disenfranchised congregate, and they don't want to hear. You'll find their attitude quite sour. With a machete they threaten to slice you to the bone. Then in the gridlock of rush hour, out the window, someone calls you Matacone.
You fairy.
Everybody hates everybody all the time. No habla English in do. Something in the breeze is wafting from Pompano.
1014, happy anniversary to me. Thank you so much. Maybe I'll send myself a few faxes. That'll, get up to
sure,
the 30.
Just send them done. I'll fax them right back to you.
Okay. That's the only way I'll get to 30. I'll guarantee you that. Hey, attention, men. If you have a hair loss problem or if you're currently wearing a hair system, you better listen to this very carefully. Put your ear right up to the speaker. Charles Alfieri has been supplying and designing hair systems for showbiz people, politicians, and more importantly, everyday schmucks like you for over 40 years. Now, most people say you can always spot a hair system. Well, those people are talking about the bad ones, those mousy-looking muskrats. How many good hair systems go unnoticed because they look like real hair, like it's growing out of your scalp? Charles Alfieri hair systems are completely natural, designed with just the right amount of hair and the proper recessions. Run your hands through it, grab it, squeeze it. It looks and feels just like your own hair. And for just $99 now, Charlie will custom design a hair system for you, and you got nothing to lose but that shiny, ugly bald spot that makes you look about 10, 20 years older. You try the system for a couple of weeks. If you're happy with the way it looks and feels and smells, if you're getting all the action you could possibly handle, it's yours for just an additional $500. And Charlie is so confident that you will be satisfied, he offers you the following guarantee. If you're not completely happy with your hair system, just return it, and Charlie will give you back the $99. So like I said, you got nothing to lose but that bald spot, an offer you have to be crazy to refuse. Call Charlie today. His studio's in Fort Lauderdale. He'll make an appointment for you. He will bring your ass in there, sit you down, and show you how much better and younger he can make you look. Call toll-free 1-800-321-2413. Forget about the pills and the muskrats and the blood oozing down your forehead. This is the way to get the great-looking head of hair you want. 1-800-321-2413 or on the wicked web, charlesalfieri.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, Uncle Douchebag. Happy anniversary to you.
Oh, I think that was the wrong one.
Sorry, I wasn't watching Spanish language television over here.
I think this is going to be the wrong one. Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, Jeff High is like the big fat cat that just won't go away. You keep picking it up and heaving it against the wall and just trying to give it the hint, like, get out of here already. Right. You open the door, kick its ass out, and it just keeps coming back for more and rubbing up against your leg. 1,219 votes on yesterday's poll. People in South Florida are rude and hostile, 575.
Absolutely.
Dumb as dirt, 209. Mostly okay.
Okay.
199. The worst drivers in the world, 134. Boy, an awful lot of negativity there. Let's see, 64, 75%. I hate this poll, 74. The best. People in South Florida are the best, 16. Friendly, 10. And geeks, 2. 10 friendly people. I guess we just haven't met most of them yet, right?
Right, I'm still waiting.
Well, we have a lot of people that want to be our friends. You know that crowd. Let's see. Let me get to these faxes here. Although I guess I should mention now our goal is 1,000 votes on the poll today. Think we can make it during the show? What?
I think we're already there, aren't we?
I know.
Oh.
We got 1,014. Well, I put this on there about 5, 6 o'clock last night because, number one, the other polls sucked. They didn't like it. And number two, I figure why not give myself a little pat on the ass. What best describes Neil's 30 years on the air in Miami? 321. And thanks to the guy that called in before the end of the show because he came up with... Unbelievable. And that's number one.
And that's what I voted for.
That's a real feather in his crab. 321 votes. Entertaining, 309. The Pulse of South Florida, 68. A real mitzvah, 59. I voted for that only because I understand what it means. Fun, 59. Well, that depends on whose idea of fun is. Yeah. A miracle, 45. Informative, 45. Now, see, that's not good. That doesn't bode well for your concept of reading all these stupid bedtime stories. Informative, 45. They don't want to learn. They just want a few yuck.
You're right.
I'm telling you.
Yuck is the word.
The masses are asses, baby. They just want to yuck it up. So don't F it up. Rhymes with yuck. Provocative, 38. Ponderous, enough already, 37. Enough already. Stale, let's see, it just changed again. 38 for that, 15 for stale. So there's 5.1%. What did I say? 5%. Of the naysayers, the negatories, and they're going to put that on there as a roosting place for them to go. And you can be sure that every one of those people, including Mo, who voted for stale and ponderous, they're listening right now. Have a great day, Mo. A scintillating 11, lucky 5, and aggravating 2. I think the lucky part should probably have more. Although I don't know how lucky I am, you know. Look what I'm surrounded with. Got a sales department from hell. Although we like Brian Smuts being back, that's a good step in the right direction. And we got a junior program director who's busy off doing the UM basketball games. Oh, the Hurricane just scored a basket. I don't think that's the kind of basket he's looking for. Anyway, here's the faxes we got so far. Congratulations, spelled very interestingly with a D. And you recognize the interesting part of this is we recognize the printing.
Sure.
Chronic here. I've been listening since your move to QAM. I've been addicted all this time, although you and George are two of the strangest dudes I've ever seen with the worst taste in food and music. Nobody does the show better. Look forward to the next 2 years. What do you mean 2 years? What about 3? Or maybe he's planning on checking out in about 2 years.
He's
about 3 to go.
Yeah.
Worst taste. Now, music is subjective. We can argue about that. But we have bad taste in food?
I have great taste in music.
That's a new one on me. Since when is that? Good golly, Miss Molly. Bad taste in food, my ass. But at any rate, thank you so much. Here's one that says, Neil God, happy 30th from your bush-loving, demi-heckling, Nazi, neocon, gun-waving, hypocritical, pro-war, pro-death, pro-savage, pro-everything you hate. I'm assuming that means Michael Savage or that Bob Savage. As always, I remain your loyal listener, firmly seated just to the right of Genghis Khan, spelled wrong. Don't know what I'd do without you, you fairy. Isn't that cute? It says Genghis Khan. Doesn't even mention that Eddie Cobb was the driver. Here's one that says, just wanted to say thanks for the laughs, bits, jingles, news, traffic, weather for half of my life. Over half of my life. I started listening to you at WKAT and have followed your show since. Before the internets, I would tape your shows, send them to people living out of state who couldn't hear it. They couldn't get enough as well. Now that I'm living in Orlando, I can't listen at work online. Continue to enjoy your shtick. Oh, I can listen to that. Where I see. Enough of the sucking. Thanks again for making us laugh all these years. May your good machine always pay off. May your horses always win. May you never have to come back to South Florida. Oh, let's underline that last part over and over again. Never have to come back to South Florida. Signed, Larry. Thanks, Larry. P.S. And the Yenta voice. Anything for free you giving away? Anything for free, Neil? Well, we haven't given anything away on the air in a long time. Let's, in honor of our anniversary day, not do it again.
Good.
No, I'm not giving nothing away on the air. Come on, Neil. How about that Schindler's List? You said you don't want it. Send us the Schindler's List. Yeah, I'll send you a list. Let's see. Got a couple more, and then we'll... we will take some calls today, because I'm sure they're going to be really special.
Right. You don't want to avoid this outpouring?
No, of course not. There's already 2 of them flashing on there already. That's one for every 15 years. 26 after 10. In fact, you know something? If I would have taken one call every 15 years, I think I'd be ahead of the game. If you're hungry, I mean really hungry right now, it's time to head to John the Baker. In fact, it's not too early to start thinking about lunch. 2 locations for you on Pines Boulevard in the Home Depot Center just west of Flamingo, or the brand new John the Baker at the Sterling Town Center, Sterling and Pine Island Road in Cooper City. Just imagine sausage and peppers, delicious, fresh, just tons of it. Chicken parmesan, baked ziti or lasagna, hot and steaming right in front of your puss. And don't forget John the Baker's world-famous big, gigantic garlic rolls. They are not only good, but they're as big as your head. Josh and George have tried just about everything on the menu, from the fantastic sloppy sausage sub to the gold spaghetti and meatballs. One of the great parts about John the Baker is they don't use that sauce that's got that special ingredient that makes you run to the magic room every 5 minutes. And as far as the pizza is concerned, just ask anybody who's ever been to John the Baker's. They'll tell you it's the best in town. It's outstanding. So bring the whole family, very low affordable prices, or call ahead for takeout. In Pembroke Pines, call 954-431-4315. Or in Cooper City, 954-252-0091. John the Baker, always huge portions, always the best fresh Italian food. It doesn't get no better than John the Baker.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Bastard.
Absolutely.
Is it done orally, or does it involve your behind? Strom Thurmond thinks that only gays do this.
You fairy.
Most states have laws. You could be jailed or pay a fine. The Senate now must pick which orifice.
Rectum.
Oh, sodomy. Peter Pump for caboose ride. Archback or on bended knees. Oh, sodomy. The front door, the back side. Just go and ask Ted Kennedy.
As long as my face is in the Senate, you'll have a seat.
People without health care, folks lacking livelihood. The way they act is really what is lewd. Well, there's Helms, D'Amato, Specter, and horny Bob Packwood. No matter where you stick it, we get screwed. Lobotomy, the Senate's lost its mind. There's hunger, drugs, and crime, God knows.
Oh, God.
Lobotomy, they're saving all mankind with hearings on fellatio.
Bush met by protest in India.
All right.
Hear what the Indian people said, Hubman and Dreard.
Is that a
Well,
quote?
speaking of that bit I just played, there's a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
While Senator Ted Stevens, Republican of Alaska, has softened his stance on extending indecency legislation to cable and satellite, a pair of his colleagues are picking up where he left off. They're picking up the ball. They're picking up the baton. And it goes to show you that both parties suck. I mean, you can take the Democrats and Republicans, and it's just all the same garbage, swill. It's a bunch of panderers. A bill teed up by Senators Jay Rockefeller, Democrat of West Virginia, who I used to think was a rational guy, and Kay Bailey Hutchinson, a real redneck from Texas, would not only subject cable and satellite to indecency rules, it would also authorize the FCC to regulate violence in TV programming. You ready for this? I told you it was coming.
Yeah.
And then, of course, after that, it'll be satellite radio. That'll be the next thing. So, Howard, and once you get through with your thing with CBS, which I have a lot to say about that, in this case I have to agree with Stern. I mean, CBS is full of crap. They could have taken him off the air any time they wanted to, and now they're just licking their wounds, and they're all upset because they got nobody to put on the air in their CBS stations, and their ratings are way, way down, and their revenue is way, way down. So once he started promoting Sirius on the air, if they really were serious, they should have just taken him off the air. They could have done it any time they wanted. But no. Or they could have gotten an injunction against him to keep him from talking about it.
Right.
But no. because they want to continue squeezing the sponge and bleeding as much money out of Stern as they could. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Hey, Bruce from Cooper City, your fax is illegible. Resend it.
Now, resend it, Bruce. And what kind of a name is that anyway, huh?
Yay.
Let's see, more faxes. Well, let me just get this out of the way. The bill would additionally increase the maximum fine for a single indecency incident or violent content to $500,000, subject to a cap of $3 million. The FCC would be given latitude to double fines for egregious cases, such as incidents in which the offensive material had been scripted in advance, and reduce fines when appropriate for small and locally owned broadcasters. In addition to First Amendment concerns, the bill could also encounter resistance for adding TV violence to the FCC's purview. And it goes on about they want to do this, they want to do that, it's just the same old crap. Censor, 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 and it makes no difference whether it's Democrats, Republicans, they're all on. Nobody's into smut, man. Everybody wants to censor. To hell with the First Amendment and all these other things. Well, and by the way, as far as the ports deal is concerned, I know a lot of you are very whipped up into a frenzy about it, and you can get whipped up all you want like Lou Dobbs, but the fact of the matter is that tomorrow the deal becomes final.
Right.
The deal goes through tomorrow, and of course the 45-day dog and pony show that they're putting on to pacify everybody and calm all the hysteria down, that is meaningless, because even at the end of the 45 days they found out that it jeopardizes national security and that a bunch of terrorists are going to be waiting at every port in America. It doesn't make any difference because the deal after tomorrow is a done deal legally. It goes through. In other words, there ain't no turning back now. Like Cornelius' brothers and sister Rose would say, it's too late to turn back now. So, good luck. And, of course, Bush only found out about it a couple of days before all the furor started. The furor. But then he says, oh, well, he's going to exercise his first veto if they try to block it. What does that tell you? Liar, liar, your thing's on fire. In India, they say, chub min dreard. Faxer Rich says, now there's Cornelius' brothers and sister Rose.
Just because you mentioned it. Right?
I know. That was really something yesterday, Spiders and Snakes by Jim Stafford. That was extra special.
I like Jim Stafford.
Here's a fax that says, Happy 30th, you old humpback you. I'm not sure we can say that, humpbag. Can we say humpbag?
I'll call
Clarence. We can't say D-bag, and we certainly can't say S-bag.
I'll send Clarence a text message.
Yeah, send Clarence an email and see if we get approval from our junior program director who's up there bouncing basketballs in Maryland somewhere. What a jackass. I've been a loyal listener for 10 years myself. That's how long I've been swimming this tepid cesspool of humanity called South Florida. 30 more years of fun, at least for you, my friend Faxes. Oh, God. 30 more years. Sure. Neil, I'm old. I've heard them all, and you're the best. Happy 30th. I hope you were here for many, many more. Your oldie moldy friend. All right. Whoever that is. Oldie moldy friend from the Everlasting Covenant Church, this fax comes. How do you like that? A church person. Maybe it's from the church lady. I think.
Might be.
Here's one that says, from Jack. Happy anniversary, Neil. Been listening since '86. How long has George been with you? 14 or 15 years?
15.
15 years.
And a half.
We couldn't have done it without George, man. He is something. He's one of a kind, of course.
Yeah. What kind is that?
Well, is it true that you buy George a new car every year? No, I don't buy. No, actually, I do pay for George's car payments.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
You're the best at what you do. Stay well, Jack. No, I don't buy him a new car every year, but I do pay his car payments. I have no idea why. I don't know. Well, I know how that happened. Because you used to have the trade deal from Kendall Toyota, remember that?
Yes, I do.
And I used to get the car, and I'd give it to George, because I already had like 15 cars, and I gave him. And then, of course, Kendall Toyota canceled because Wayne bought Kendall Toyota, and actually, once he found out that I was doing their spots, that was the end of our relationship with Kendall Toyota and Mark Jacobson and those awful TV shows. Right. So that's how that came about. And pleased to do it. Especially with the big bucks that George is making. Okay. And, of course, Josh Cordes, who's unsung hero, who just gets screwed over. How's that deal coming? I'm sorry I asked. But the check is in the mail.
Sweet.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, and I should mention this little promo for it's on our website. Nice job, Eric, man. Did you look at that thing? That thing looks beautiful.
I did.
That thing really looks nice on our website. There's a reason to go there besides voting for... Now, how come that phone keeps ringing? Okay, it rang already once. And I'm not here, okay? That means the Boca Brian disc is downstairs. Oh, I should go get it and play that thing a few times so we can vote on whether we should play it or not.
Good idea.
Let's see. It says, Happy 30th Anniversary, Neil, and there's the cover of I'm Stomping on the Hand of the Bridge Tender, who's reaching from the grave. You better know your laws, mister, the bridge tender is saying. That's cute. And you can order on there the CD and the T-shirt. And also we got van hits today, 2 of them.
Yes.
Aren't you excited?
Okay,
Noon to 2, van number 1 will be at the southeast corner of Pines and University in the Hooters parking lot with our merchandise. And then van number 2 in the same hours, noon to 2, will be on the southwest corner of 27th Avenue, US 1 in Miami at the Shell gas station. CDs and commemorative T-shirts, $20 a piece, benefit Abandoned Pet Rescue in Fort Lauderdale. The vans will be at the locations noon to 2 Oh, it says we'll be calling Josh with dollar amounts after every spot break. Well, that's exciting. That'll be a nice change from the way it used to be. Remember, kind of got to like, everything that we had sent the vans out. We never got any more information no more.
Well, we'll have to see if it happens.
In other words, you're a little skeptical?
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen. We have vase.
I see. Happy 30th, Neil, from a semi-chronic faxer, even less frequent caller. That speaks very well for you. Less frequent caller. Good. Appreciate that very much. Appreciate it. Happy anniversary. Hello, Neil. Mazel tov to you, and a big thanks for all the laughs and anti-Bush League jokes. Thanks for guiding light updates. Oh, by the way, what have they done to that show? All the actors and actresses are leaving. We're stuck with Olivia and Buzz and Frank, and, of course, with Alan and, what's his name, dying. Oh, my God. Just, they've ruined that show. When I miss our show, it says. And then it says, from Chris, Joe, and Francis, it's 30 years, you bastard, it says. Cute. Yeah, the guiding light has been destroyed. People at CBS have a death wish. Maybe that's why they sued Howard Stern. Idiots. Here's one that says, thank you for 30 years, Neil God. Happy 30th on the air. We enjoy your show at work. It helps get us through the day. We hope for many more of the gang at Supercharger. P.S. This guy at work keeps asking me to request a bit you did a while back about a guy's deck. Oh, yeah, deck.
Yeah.
Hold your
breath. That might be on the CD.
Is it?
Let me check.
Nice.
I try to put that kind of thing on.
Can't play that on the air no more. Okay?
Yes, track 48. There you go. Buy the CD. You'll have it to play over and over again.
Buy one of our CDs. Got a whole bunch more of these to read, and we will take like a whole bunch of calls, at least like maybe 2 or 3. I'm kind of curious why they called twice there. Maybe there are 2 discs showed up downstairs, or maybe the big check from the Beasleys. Let's see, $10,000 for every year would be like $300,000, right? So let me thank them in advance for the huge, nice bonus for my 30th anniversary, because I'm sure the Beasleys came up with something really special. Other than, of course, that cheap-ass idea of putting up the $10,000 to print the CDs that they want to take back from the proceeds. That's really cheap. That is, even for them, that's above and beyond the call of duty.
Duty.
Huh? Don't you think? Cheap.
Yeah, no comment.
It's only a multi-million-dollar company on the stock exchange, but 1041 at 560 WQ. Oh, there's Anderson Pooper.
You fairy.
Beach Ford has gone mad. It's March Madness all this month at Beach Ford. They just missed having a record month last month, so they plan to break that record this month. Right now, extended cab Ford 150s are as low as $249 a month with $995 down, plus fees with approved credit and 39-month lease. March Madness at Beach Ford means you must be mad if you don't take advantage of rebates and discounts up to $10,000 on all new and used vehicles. If you're not in the market for a new car but know somebody who is, send them into Beach Ford. If they take delivery in March, Beach Ford will send you $200 just for sending them by. That money comes from Beach Ford's advertising budget, so it won't affect your friend's price. Don't miss out on this once-a-year event. Stop in and tell Paul that Neil sent you by at Beach Ford and take advantage of their March Madness. Extended cab Ford F-150s as low as $249 a month. Discounts and rebates up to $10,000 and $200 for referring a friend. What's not to like? Hurry in. Beach Ford is located 2 miles east of the Golden Glades on 163rd Street and prestigious West Dixie Highway. You'll love your Beach Ford experience.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
I stand in front of you now, 2 years later, and say, it took me a little while, I'm a little slow learner, but, Neil, I apologize. It's radio. You are the truth.
Absolutely.
Pope John Paul is gone, I just read. He'd been hanging on by a thread. When they found him in bed, dead, all the Catholics said, they all said, bye, Pope. They said, bye, Pope. They said, why did you have to go and die, Pope? But you know he was really old. Now he's stiff and cold. Did you hear his last gasp? Oi! Now it's time to have a funeral. Now it's time to have a funeral. Now it's time to have a funeral mass at last. Leader of the church was his role, but old age had taken its toll. Heaven is now his soul's goal. Put that pole in a hole as we say, bye, Pope. We'll say, bye, Pope. I say, I feel so bad I'm gonna cry, Pope. meter waits. Here's your final reward. Poor old pontiff, now he's stiff as a poor old pontiff, now he's stiff as a poor old pontiff, now he's stiff as a board. Good Lord. In nomine Patre et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, I don't feel so good.
I'm dying over here.
1047 at QM. So here's Bruce, who is not gay, he says, in Cooper City.
Gay.
Says, happy 30th. I'm one of your few leftover listeners from the Howard Stern Experience. Now, how does he know that? That he's one of the few.
That's a good point.
Probably right. He's probably right. I found your show and still listen. Even after QM dropped Howard, I enjoyed listening to Howard for over 20 years, but I refuse to pay to listen about lesbians. I really love your show. You're funny and entertaining. Says, Bruce in Cooper City was not gay. We believe you, Bruce. Change your name. Oh, speaking of Stern, here's that story, which I'm sure everybody by now knows because he's getting another $80 million free publicity from it. He's just amazing, you know. I'm not talking about his show. I'm just talking about the ability. Here it is, 30 years on the air in this market. I think only Rick Shaw has exceeded that record. I mean, it's not a big deal to me, but it's just you know, from a standpoint of survival in a brutal market. I mean, I just can't begin to tell you how brutal it is. It's almost impossible to survive in this market. These people will chew you up and spit your ass out, and then the rest of you, too. But the Sun-Sentinel decides it's not worth one word, and if, like I said, if Duff wouldn't have called Kevin Baxter at the Herald, they wouldn't have written a word either because they hate me like poison and the feeling is mutual. And that's it. That's what you got after 30 years. Nothing. Zero. You know, I mean, the faxes are coming in. That's very nice. Thank you so much. And the phone is ringing off the hook, and I'll get to it when I get around to it. But it's pathetic. And here's a guy that every time he farts, the whole world has to know what flavor it is, what he had for breakfast that morning, if he's taking Gaviscon or Rolaids, you know, the whole deal. He is not the king of all media. He's the king of hype. He's the king of publicity. Right. I tip my hat to him on that because it is really true. It's just astonishing. CBS Radio says that Howard Stern was acting behind its back in his final months with the company and intends to demonstrate that in court. Yeah, and behind his back.
Since he was doing it on the air, right?
On the air to millions of people that it was behind his back. In a suit filed yesterday, the broadcaster alleges that Stern signed a secret agreement with Sirius Satellite that would give him a payment of Sirius stocks worth over $200 million in January if he met subscriber targets, which he did and which he got. CBS says Stern promoted Sirius in his final months with the company in violation of his contract with the company. The lawsuit also says that Stern is keeping audio recordings that belong to CBS of breach of contract. Stern responded by saying that CBS chief Les Moonves is pursuing a personal vendetta against him because the network's radio fortunes have plunged since he left to join satellite radio, just like those ratings of David Lee Roth that you have to have a magnifying glass to see. Not good. I'm offended. I really do think it's a personal vendetta. Les has had it in for me for a long time. I don't deserve it, Stern told a news conference. A news conference. The New York Post reported the lawsuit would seek $500 million from Stern. The complaint was filed with the New York Supreme Court. How do you like that? Shares of CBS, by the way, fell 1.3% on the New York Stock Exchange yesterday. And just the day before, on Monday, there was a very, very interesting article, which I wasn't going to bore you with, but, you know, from a radio standpoint, the fact that CBS is losing their ass on the CBS-owned stations that Stern used to be on because their numbers in the morning are way down and their revenue is way down. So now I guess they're trying to get their money back. They could have taken him off the air any time they wanted to. They could have gone to court and got an injunction to keep him from talking about Sirius and promoting on the air. Did they do these things? No. No, because they wanted, like I said before, they wanted to squeeze every dime out of the cash cow that they possibly could before they finally said, okay, that's bye-bye. That's it. Am I right?
That sounds about right.
Huh?
Absolutely correct, sir.
Jerry in Bonita Springs, who's a regular chronic faxer, but a good one, as a matter of fact. That's unusual. It's an unusual combination. Says, I've been listening to you on and off for 22 years. The off parts weren't due to the quality of the show. It had to do with where I was living. I first found you in '84. I spent the winter in Key Largo. I found your show while surfing the FM dial. Oh, that was the FM dial? Later, while visiting Key Largo and Bonita Springs, I would search the AM and FM dials till I found your show. Later, I lived in Tampa. Yes, I became a Lassiter junkie when it came to WFLA. Then you started your simulcast on WSUN. I couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It was a sad day for me when you were no longer on in Tampa. It was a great day for us. Oh, God.
Yeah.
What an experience. In 1993, I moved to Bonita Springs, not because of your show, but for other reasons. Thanks to my GE Super Radio, I've listened to most of your shows since '93, both at WIOD and QAM. I'm not a caller, but an avid listener and fan. That's the kind of person we like, Jerry, and you send good faxes, too. You're okay in our book. If we had 1 million like you, we'd be in good shape. Even Josh would be making a few bucks. I've listened to radio for years, and you are and Lassiter are the best I've ever heard. Thanks for 30 years of great radio.
About 30, man.
And I've only enjoyed 22 of them. You're the man, Neil, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Have a wonderful life. Lisa. Where is Lisa? Lisa's somewhere. She says, thank you for entertaining, educating me for somewhere around 11 or 12 years. The first time I called you was when I first started listening. You were complaining about the lack of women calling in, so I suggested you should have a female sidekick. You ripped me an ass. I told all my friends about it, and they thought that it was the coolest. I listen to you every day at work, and my husband and I discuss things you brought up on the show regularly, like lunch. We even have a picture of you in our office that says, Brian, you non-practicing Jew bastard. We got that in appearance at the Pizza Loft in Davie many moons ago. Oh, I remember that place when Jeff Cohen used to be our friend. My husband and I live with the hope that in our future we'll get rid of the Bushes and the religionists. We hope for a public flaying of Janet Jackson and a return to fart-filled radio. Yeah, thanks a lot, Janet, you bitch, you slut. We hope for the overturning of the Patriot Act. Oh, now they're voting on it today, and there's no chance of that. And Neil God for president. Happy 30th, says Lisa. Thanks, Lisa. That's sweet.
They done voted. It was like 81 to 18.
I beg your pardon?
The Patriot Act.
Oh, they're already doing the voting? 81 to 18.
Done.
They're done. It passed. It's back in there again. Sieg Heil. Goose step. Let's see. Rick says, Captain Rick, I know I can be chronic in times. I try not to be. You are, but you're okay. I've been a loyal listener for about 15 years and have loved every second of it. Because of you and your stories, I've lost about 100 pounds altogether. It's true. You do go through withdrawal symptoms when you get off the sugar. You're the best. You're getting off that sugar, man. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. It's so difficult. Oh, God. How the hell do you do it? I got a new blood sugar monitor here. I know it's very exciting. Scintillating radio.
Is that the one that uses less blood?
Yeah, it's the one touch. You just touch it once, and all of a sudden, like, yeah. Well, it saves a lot of work. Now, here you go. I'm doing it right now. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's
come on now.
High. No, I'm not.
Come on.
It's none of your business. No, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Say it.
Well, I'm just. That thing really hurts. That's a very sharp lancet, man. Because it's a brand new one. You know?
Sir Lancet.
Ooh, man, Sir Lancelot. And then you you hold the side of your finger up, and it just sucks the blood out of there in 5 seconds. Boop, 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 3, 2, 1. And there's, it's coming down. It's too high. And I didn't eat any crap yesterday, but sometimes it takes it. Plus, I'm thinking that my old meter was probably giving me a lower number. So I think maybe I'll go back to that one. Yeah. It's like those scales, that you can, tilt from one side to the other.
Right.
And you keep getting on there and, tilting until you get a number that you like. I have, unfortunately for me here, I have a digital scale. So it doesn't make any difference how you stand, what you do. It gives you the
even if you stand on 1 foot.
Let's see. Rick says, enough blowing smoke up your ass. It'll ruin the autopsy. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Rick. Here's Ken in Etobicoke. Oh, my God, a Canadian fax, eh? Ken, we've had faxes from him before, right?
Think so.
Yes, we have. He says, for about 30 years I've been vacationing in Florida during the month of January. Found you somewhere on the radio. In the past, your January rating show has brought me up to speed as to your ongoing success. Now I can and do listen to you on the Internet and get my Toronto weather forecast when I'm in Florida. Well, let's see. Where is he right now? Do we know? Oh, no, he's here right now. Because I can tell it's a 416. Well, let me give you the weather, Ken. Well, you can probably look out the window. Oh, it's -8 Celsius, but it's sunny and beautiful. Looks really good from where I'm sitting. He says, you're always informative, entertaining, on top of the current issues important to us all. Congratulations. I look forward to your show for many more years. You're the best. Have a great day, eh, Ken? Go Leafs, go. Boy, they really suck. Here's KP of Coral Gables. Congratulations on 30 years, and here's the 30 more. By the way, Dick Cheney's shooting caught on tape, and it's got the website. filecabi.net/. Wow, I'm going to have to check that out.
It might be a yoke,
Huh? Probably. Or not, you never know. Well, of course it's going to be a yoke. You think that if anybody actually had videotaped it, they would have come out of there alive?
No.
Look at this. Our good friend Terry, what's her name? What the hell does that say?
I don't know. I'm not reading these things. Although
Terry.
I have already thrown away a couple that you don't want to
Terry that we used to work with.
Terry Griffin?
Terry Griffin. Well, she's got the worst handwriting I've ever seen in my life. And having my bad Alzheimer's. Where the hell is that Terry thing?
They're smoking it out in the Everglades.
What is that under?
Terry.
Want to score some pot?
It is not. It's under Terry?
Trust me.
Oh, I see.
If you blow too much, you're in trouble.
But anyway, Terry says, the years I spent with you and George were some of the happiest of my career. Thanks for it all. It says, you soar where others merely waddle. Oh, she must have seen the Beast. Congratulations. Happy 30, man, with much love and affection. Thank you, Terry. Terry Griffin. We used to work with her at WIOG. Well,
she's a sweetheart.
She is one of the nice people. And also Jennifer Rem, although we haven't heard from Jennifer.
That's right.
I'm sure we won't. But we love her, too.
Yes,
and then
do.
there's your friend Jackie Bales.
That's right. When the boat leaks, Jackie bails.
Oh. And then there was that real butch broad that used to work at INZ. What the hell was her name? Oh, I can picture her. I can't think of what her name was.
Could you narrow it down?
Really butch. Here's one that says, thanks for all the years of service to South Florida. You're a shining beacon of hope in this surly swamp of stupidity. It's a surly swamp of stupidity. I like that. If not for you, I'd have surely eaten someone now. Keep up the good work. P.S. What does cockamoon mean? Wow, look at that. Here's a baby monkey doing acrobatics. Wow, that's pretty interesting. 10:50, well, Terry just warned him. 10:57 at QM. Now, here's, how do I do this Pompano Park spot where they're like putting the words in my mouth? It says, my buddies at Pompano Park Racing and Poker write to me and say, Dear Neil, Dick and Steve and the entire gang at Pompano Park want to wish you all the best on your 30th anniversary of live radio here in South Florida. Pompano Park has been one of your loyal supporters since year one, the very first one, I mean the longest going one anyway, since year one that you went on the air, 76. And despite the mockery and degrading insults about ourselves and the way we conduct business, all of which is true, poking fun at the horsemen who compete here, and most of all, going after the fans who come and bet and enjoy our free spaghetti dinner nights in the past, please remember just one special thing. You are one of us. We miss having you here on a regular basis. Wasn't that sweet? Thank you, Dick and Steve, and all my other good friends at Pompano Park. Alan and Mary and all the others. And don't forget that Pompano Park Racing and Poker is all the gambling action you want, just a half mile from I-95 on the Turnpike. Pompano Park is easy to get to, and best of all, Pompano Park features free admission and free general parking every day. Live harness racing in our smoke-free poker room is open every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, like today. Poker gets underway at noon in just an hour and goes on till midnight, and live racing gets underway nightly at 7:25. Every Monday, it's Monday Madness, 2 for $25 dinner specials on the 6th floor Top of the Park restaurant, and every Wednesday, like tonight, it's Dollar Night. Draft beer, sodas, hot dogs, and lots more. Just $1 a piece starting at 6 p.m. Pompano Park, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard on Powerline Road. Call 954-972-2000 for the current racing schedule or on the wicked web, pompanopark.com. Thank you, Alan Finkelson.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, Uncle Happy anniversary to you.
Know when it's white. Know you can feel it, baby. Know it, hear it. His timing's so white.
He's a honky,
You picked a white one, baby.
He's a honky.
And he's totally white breadable and Caucasianly dreadable and ain't got no butterball. You picked a white one, baby.
You got the white one, baby.
You know when it's white, you just got the face there.
You got the white one, baby.
You got the white one. If he's completely pat-burnable, very uncolorful, and laughably fullable, you picked the white one, baby.
11:03 at 560 WQM. Let's take a look at that award-winning schedule now. We got, I beg your pardon?
Said let's do it.
Geldy to Defoe. Geldy to Defoe. Oh, that's right, it's Wednesday. Mad Dog 4 to 7. Curtis 7 to 8:30 to fill that breach. 8:30 to 9, it's Hurricane Warm-Up, which I'm sure there'll be like people gather around from pillar to post, coast to coast. 9 to 11, it's UM and Maryland basketball. That's where Clarence, our make-believe program director, is up there, because it's UM basketball for silly little people. And then, of course, Eddie K after the basketball game. Actually, I think Clarence is making the right move. He ought to be working on it play-by-play or whatever he does on those games, because he ain't got no future doing this. Here's a fax from Pat and Bill. There's only a couple left. I stopped counting them. I don't think we're going to get to 30, do you?
Well, they're pouring in.
Yeah, I'll bet. Congratulations. Where's George? Is he out doing a uno dos tres?
I guess he is, yeah.
Wow. Got that green apple quick step. Probably the pressure from this anniversary show got the little George.
That's what it is.
Congratulations, say Pat and Bill, from snooze to the ice cream shop to Spores. I don't know what Spores is. What is Spores?
Not sure.
We've been listening and we've been fans. I know what's... Huh?
I don't know.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers and Murder Spores in that movie. We've never called but left you the Gore Vidal book at WIOG years ago. Thanks for all the fun and the bedtime stories. Thank you, Pat and Bill, and thanks for the Gore Vidal book. Let's see. Mark from Hallandale Beach. Here's our last fax. Hi, Neil and George. Just dropping in a fax to wish my Lord and Savior Neil Rogers the happiest days on his 30th anniversary. Been a loyal listener since June of '88. Can't imagine the airwaves without you. Big guy, it says. Big guy. Sounds awfully...
Yay.
Thanks a lot, Mark. A little kiss for you. Mark in Hallandale Beach. Probably chasing the lifeguards. Okay, here's what that poll is so far. Kind of self-serving and self-aggrandizing, and that's just fine. What best describes Neil's 30 years on the air in Miami? We got 1,184 votes. Our goal is 1,000. Unbelievable, 388.
Unbelievable.
Entertaining, 360. The pulse of South Florida, 74. Can you feel it? Is there a pulse? Just barely. A real mitzvah, 69. Fun, 65. A miracle, 50. Informative, 50. Ponderous, enough already, 46. 3.8% say enough already. Provocative, 41. Stale, 17. Like last year's matzah, 1.4. So that's like 5.2%. Ponderous and stale. All 30 years have been stale. At least I'm consistent. Scintillating, 16. Lucky, 6. And aggravating, 2. Well, that's not good. Only 2. I aggravated them? I'm trying very hard to do that. George ever come back? Or
no, I'm right here. I'm reading this fax from Greg from Port St. Lucie, wondering if I should fax it along or just throw it away like I did the first time.
No.
All right, I'll throw the second one away too.
In fact, you know, if you were smart, you would. If you were psychic, you could have taken it in the other room with you.
You know what? You're right. But it was already in the garbage, and so were a couple others that I'm sure you don't want either.
Really?
Yeah. Trust me.
From Chronics?
From Beyond Chronic. People we don't even want to say their name.
Really?
Really.
Oh, come on! You got now. You piqued my curiosity.
Well, somebody pretending to be Steve Kane has already faxed twice.
I see.
And then of course someone who we were talking about this morning who already faxed yesterday and decided that wasn't good enough.
Oh, I see. Someone very
someone insane, really crazy person that needs to be locked up.
Person, yeah.
Scary, crazy.
See, one thing about us on this show is that we go through whatever we have to do because Mas 11, as they say in China.
Right.
We have to make a living. But there's nobody out there fooling anybody. I mean, just like the guy that sent that phony fax yesterday about Howard and everybody he knows is, let me say this. Howard's, he is narrowcasting now, okay, with all due respect to his $150 million a year, whatever he's making, and his lawsuit against CBS, which I'm very much on his side on that. But, we don't worry about those things, okay? If you want to listen to if you want to listen to Martha Stewart, have a great life. If you're all whipped up about Al Franken and Catherine Langford, I don't care. I get paid regardless, okay? After 30 years, I got nothing left to prove to anybody in this town. Believe you me. And by the way, Norma Kent, what a job. He is a PR machine. Talk about a good machine, man. She is the PR machine.
The PR what?
Nothing.
What are you trying to sell out?
Not even a press release. 30 years, I mean, almost unprecedented. Only one other broadcaster, and nothing. So instead of sending me stupid articles emails about articles that I've already gotten on our website about, which I read about Jay Rockefeller and K. Bailey Hutchison, instead of that, Norma, maybe you ought to spend a little bit more time doing a little PR work, promoting your one big talent there. Jesus, God Almighty, what a silly queen.
You fairy.
Okay, now I think we might take a couple of calls because the faxes have just stopped.
No, they haven't.
No, they stopped coming. That's because you were busy doing a 1, 2, and a 3. You're doing
there's a whole new batch on its way.
Oh no.
And faxes too.
I'll be damned. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular wireless line. What is this other thing? Oh, this is from yesterday. I don't understand what this story was about the mourners hope death sends a message. What was that? Remember that? With the handwriting in the margin?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Whatever that was. WQAM, hello.
Happy anniversary, Neil.
Oh, all right, now we're talking.
My.
The name of the show was The Informer.
No.
Yeah.
That was not The Informer?
Yeah, it was The Informer from 6 to 10 before Craig Worthing. And the DJ that you sounded like was a guy by the name of Lee Sherwood.
Oh, Lee Sherwood.
Lee Sherwood worked in
This is
Miami.
the first voice I heard on Miami. I wasn't even working yet. I was only doing weekends in Iodine. It was Mike Lance.
Yeah.
Who's full brother to Walter Lance of Woody Woodpecker fame.
No relation. Well, I waited to talk to you because I have to take my guide dog to the vet, but I want to wish you a happy anniversary.
What kind of dog have you got?
It's a mixture of a Golden Retriever Labrador.
Oh, that's great.
Her name is
okay, well, take good care of your dog, Mike.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay.
Hey, I wanted to
play
hear some jingles
for you later. Yeah, some jingles. Well, he's going to the vet with his dog. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait till he gets back, and then we'll play some jingles. Or maybe we'll play jingles tomorrow.
All right,
all day. I got that thing Boca Brian sent me with those WMCA jingles for all those New Yorkers out there. WQAM, hello. WQAM, hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Tom Jicha has made a point when he fills in for Eddie K that he works for free, doesn't take any money from the station.
Well, I'm really proud of him.
And I think
He's
I've been
still a
listening for
jackass.
30 years.
What is
I
it?
remember when my grandmother used to listen on, and then she hated you. But I've been listening the whole time, so congratulations.
Thanks, Pally. And Tom's still a jackass. He works for free. So big deal. And who would want to pay him anyway to belch on a ear? I mean, it's just so bush league. You know, it's so petty and so small, you know, because of the fact that I, rip him on the ear. Yeah, you're a child, Tommy. You're like a little child. Spoiled little petulant child. That's okay. That day will come, man. We all have to meet our Maker. Remember that the one guy in the voicemail? We'll all have to face the Lord, our Maker, someday. Marvin Maker. By the way, thanks to Mickey McNichol and Wally Hennessy and Kevin Wallace, too. And Dominic Pavia. Let's see. Heck of a job, Neely. Oh, this must be from the White House. 30 years, wow. Congratulations and thanks for writing the best of all radio shows from Cheryl and Tony. Big fans from Fellsmere. Or is that Vasemere? What is Fellsmere?
I don't know.
Wow. Oh, I see. Just like yesterday, a lot of these are coming from out of the South Florida area, which makes sense to me. Because the people out of the South Florida area tend to be a lot more caring and, I understand. You folks have got a lot of issues to deal with. You're stuck there. All I can say is better you than me. David in Miami says, bravo! Congratulations on your anniversary. I've been listening since before you came out on KAT. Came out as yay. You've always been a voice for truth, justice, and the American way, just like Bill Curtis says there on that awful show. No, actually, it's a good show. American Justice. He's so far over the top, man. He's camp, Bill Curtis. You like him, though.
I do?
Yeah, Bill Curtis. I said that once before,
right.
and you got all testes about it. You got all bent out of shape.
If it's who I think it is.
It's the guy that narrates all those shows on A&E.
Oh, he's all right.
American Justice. He's so melodramatic, man. I stand to applaud you, says David. I can't believe it's been only 30 years. I thought you were on KAT in 71 and 72. No, 76, March 1st. Because that's when I owned a sub shop and sent you a chicken salad supreme for coming out. No, that was in 76, December 17th, 76. Please straighten me out if I be wrong. I've only called you once all this time. I'm a listener every day. Excellent job, David. Only called once in all these years, to which we say, all right. We salute you. We stand and give you the big salute, the Italian salute. Oh, my God. Look at this.
Told you.
Well, I reached back to pull one fax off the thing there, and there's like a whole bunch of them fell on the floor. Man, I didn't realize we had piles. Okay, let's do the break. See, I like the faxes because to me they're like, I don't know. The callers are...
What are you going to say?
Rhymes with wit, you know what I'm saying? Rhymes with wit, as in half-wit or spit. 12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM. Finally, a TV experience like no other, believe me. Comcast digital cable with on-demand is easy to use, has lots to love. And today you can try it for only $34.99 a month for 3 months. Why is TV so much better with on-demand? For starters, you can watch a wide variety of movies and shows whenever the hell you want. It's a revolutionary new way to enjoy TV. On-demand is a library of thousands of programs ready to start when you say so, with programming including free movies, kid shows, music videos, cooking shows, sports, home improvement shows, guitar lessons, and so much more. You'll always have something good to watch right when you want to watch it. And don't forget about control. With On-Demand, you can start, stop, pause, rewind, and fast-forward programs using that remote. You sure can't get all these things with satellite. With up to 250 channels plus On-Demand, you can build your own TV schedule. Who could possibly ask for more? And best of all, On-Demand is free when you have Comcast digital cable. So pick your showtime, sit back, and you'll wonder how you ever manage without it. Call today and order Comcast digital cable and HBO with the power of On-Demand for just $34.99 a month for 3 months. Call them today, 305 Comcast in Dade, or in Broward, 954-COMCAST.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
I don't do my job as well when I'm constipated.
The American Cheese Council reminds you that everything tastes better with cheese.
I hate broccoli, except when my mom melts cheddar cheese on top.
Then I even ask for seconds.
Yes, there's nothing like cheese to make things taste terrific.
I'm a sideshow geek in a circus, and I eat ground glass for a living. My secret? I top the shards with grated Parmesan. It tastes great, and the cheese helps to absorb the blood.
That's right. Nothing tops things off like a big, sweaty glob of cheese.
My husband likes me to, do him, but I hate the taste, so I just wrap it in an individual slice of American cheese. It goes down easy, and that makes it easier to go down.
Cheese makes everything taste better. So remember,
don't forget the cheese.
11:17 at QAM. Notice we're reaching back into the annals, the archives, and
yes,
playing a lot of old, moldy stuff. Good stuff. Phil says, Neil, wishing you a happy 30th anniversary. Big fan. Thanks for the great radio years. And a little rose on his fax on the bottom. You can almost smell it. Thank you, Phil. Don't forget, noon to 2 today, we got in honor of this very, very special day. Doesn't it feel special?
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling something special.
Now, aren't you guys getting like a whole bunch of food brought in? Oh, it's John the Baker.
John the
today.
Baker, yeah.
Yeah. He's coming today. Now, George is sticking with salads because he's got a bum. His stomach is on the bum.
Yeah.
That's not my style. I'm doing the veal scallopini.
All right. And George is having a shallot.
A grilled chicken Caesar.
Oh. Well, excuse me. That's more than just a salad.
That's a substantial salad.
From John the Baker. He's great. Nice job, by the way, Duff. The Duffmeister went out there and found that guy. Who I was there years ago in North Miami. And see, it's you lose somebody, all that you lose track of, and all these years later, just like little Joey calling in yesterday.
Well, Joey can call in on the show, but you won't talk to me. Hitler.
Oh, man. Maybe he'll call in today. Wouldn't that be a real treat?
What do you mean, maybe?
Maybe he'll call in and say,
John and Mike, blow.
Or something really provocative like that. We got the QM vans, 2 of them today. Boy, they're really pulling out the big guns today, aren't they? Just like your Dead-Eye Dick, your vice president. Van number 1, noon to 2, southeast corner of Pines and University in the Hooters parking lot. And van number 2, number Dose, noon to 2, at the southwest corner of 27th Ave and US 1 in Miami, at the Shell gas station. And we got the Best of Neil CDs. The About 30 Man is the name of it. And it's got a nice cover there. Whatever I'm doing there at the bridge tender's grave. Well, I bet you he is dead.
Yeah, well, we heard
sweet?
that report, remember?
Sweet.
Yeah.
CDs and commemorative T-shirts, $20 a piece, benefit Abandoned Pet Rescue in Fort Lauderdale. So, and then we'll be getting calls, it says. They'll be calling in Josh with dollar amounts after every spot break. Oh, yeah, I bet they will.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can see why you're a little bit skeptical, after every spot break. Right. Let's sneak in a caller, too, okay, because they've been really so good. WQAM, hello.
Hi, Uncle Neil. Happy
Hi,
anniversary.
how are you? Thank you.
I am so happy to talk to you. I go way back with you from my middle school days, junior high, at Nautilus Junior High.
Wow.
I was on a talk show with you on KAT. You had some kind of panel of young kids talking about, it must have been sex education, if we're allowed to say that. Because I remember I was on with Lynn Light. Do you remember that?
Oh, my God. I sure do, yeah.
So I was...
What a bunch of silly shows those were, weren't they? The average age of our audience was death plus 10, and naive old Neil. I'm thinking to myself, well, let's, young up the audience a little bit, get some young people on here and spice it up a little bit. Well, what an idiot I was.
Well, I just remember I was very in awe. And I don't know if I'm right or not. I remember the studio was, very dark. It had, dark curtains or something. Is that right?
Yeah,
am I right?
That was KAT, all right. We were all in the dark, believe me.
Well, I just love you to pieces, and I'm so happy that you've been here this long because I've been with you the whole way. And have a great 30 more.
Thanks a lot, sweetheart. Good hearing from you.
Love you.
Bye-bye. How do you like that? Now, see, she sounds like she's in good health, and I'm getting all these faxes lately. Fern Friedman died, speaking of KAT, and, all this other stuff. And then a fax about my friend Sean. It's got his colon ripped out, whatever. All these nasty faxes I'm getting. People dying. Then we found out that Dan Stewart...
Oh, we're fine.
...wasn't fine after all.
Yeah. Oh, you're reaching?
I'm reaching, man. I'm reaching. Here's one from Rocco who says, happy anniversary and happy... Oh, that's right. Everybody rub your asses, okay? It's Ass Wednesday. Put a little coal on your ass. Can't hurt.
Yeah, I already did that.
I've listened to you since I was a young punk working at a pizza joint, and now listening to you in an orifice. Through hurricanes, election fiascos, impeachment, and 9/11, you've been a professional, funny, and smart. I'm a diehard serious guy, but I never miss your show. Oh, thank God, Rocco. Thank God. You see, this counterbalances that jackass Herb from Coral Springs yesterday. That was a phony fax anyway, I think. Thanks for getting us through the good times, the bad times, and hot, schmitty summer middays in South Florida. Well, it was not the best penmanship, and then when I had it, I had like... Thanks a lot, Rocco. You're okay in our book. Those hot Schmitty days, man. They are killers. Here's one from Johnny, who did some nice artwork on this fax. Says, thank you for about 30, man. I'm definitely sure of one thing. I couldn't do it without you. Don't you dare think of ever leaving. Okay. Even when I can't listen, I listen. See, I'm going to stick around as long as I can just to piss off the people that hate me like poison, like the ones voting on. Ponderous enough already. How many we got of those? 48. Those people, if I ever went off the air, they would have
I have no life.
No life. Even when I can't listen, I listen to you on the archives. I stopped watching television years ago and count on you for the real deal. Thanks for the great spots for Johnny G's Gourmet Pizza. Oh, yeah, this is that Johnny. That was good stuff. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, in the late 80s, as well as all the wonderful fart sounds, now silent but still deadly. I'm still searching for a cure for my Neil Rogers disease with no success. Thank God, Neil God. Happy 30 and happy. Poor love you with a big smooch. Thanks, Johnny. Those were the days, man. At Johnny G's. That was good stuff. Some really artsy-fartsy, bizarre stuff. It was great. Big Mike in St. Pete. Big Mike. I wonder if that's like the white Mike. Remember I told you about that?
No.
I was like, yes, I did, about the advertising thing. The microphone used to put in with the crystal in it. And it was fixed so you can only hear the one station on it. White Mike. That sure goes back. That goes back a lot. Back when radio was like a different kind of business, man. It was a whole different world. Now it's just business. It's just crap. Taken all the personalities out of it. They've just diluted it. Thank God for Rick Shaw. Nice going, Ricky. 45 freaking years, and he's still got the same crappy, smelly hat on. Nice going, Rick. I guess he and Craig Worthing, I think, is still on somewhere. He's been on the air longer than I have, but he's on a station that nobody knows what it is. I don't know what the deal is. And no, I don't want to get a fax from anybody. Please call Craig. Please call him. He's desperate and needs your help. I love Craig. He's a good friend and everything else. But the people that associate with him, the people that have clung on to him over the years, and I've always used to tell him, those people will destroy you, Craig. They'll drag you down. They'll ruin you. And they did. I was right. But you know what the deal is. The story of my life. Nobody ever listens to me.
Right.
Like your good buddy Jeff Cohen.
Story of your life.
Yeah, nobody will listen to me. People think because I'm on the air, when Neil speaks, everybody sits up and pays attention. Yeah, right. Sure they do. Nobody will pay any attention to what I tell them. Big Mike in St. Pete says, I first heard you on WSUN. The first day you came on and called the program director at WFLA Opie. Then you played the WFLA Sucks cart. I was hooked. Well, WFLA did suck. I was not surprised the Tampa Bay audience didn't get it. I was sorry you left, but I found you years later on the internets. Keep up the good work. Congratulations on
about 30, man.
Big Mike. Thank you, Big Mike. Start listening on the internets right now. Thanks to Al Gore, by the way, for inventing the internet so we could have this vast audience out there listening.
That's right.
Wouldn't you think?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely.
WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I just want to congratulate you on your anniversary, 30 years.
Thank you.
And I want you to know this is my first time calling.
Great.
Yes, but I've been a listener of yours for about 15 years.
And isn't it much more enjoyable just sitting back and listening? Calling is too much stress.
Is this Mark Scheinbaum?
No,
this is not Mark Scheinbaum. Get out of here.
Who's Mark Scheinbaum?
Exactly.
I'm so happy to talk to you. Because actually, I guess I've been sort of afraid of calling, but I've been in a great mood all day, and things are looking up, and I'm just very excited. The only thing I feel a little sad is that you're going to only another couple more years.
Oh, no, I'm going to re-sign for like 10 more.
Great.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing my show when I get to be 70. I'm going to do it from a wheelchair. It's going to be with my oxygen in my side.
Well, I'm turning 61.
It's going to be called "Take a Deep Breath Along with Neil." Like that. Yeah.
Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm turning 61, so.
Well, you're just a spring chicken compared to me. Well, let me just give you a little, have a happy, Pally.
Thanks so much.
Okay, don't call again.
Oh, come on. Don't
See you.
that.
Okay. Now, that was good. See, he knows that he's not a caller, and you could tell by just the whole ambiance of the thing. He's just not a caller to him. And that's a compliment, by the way, to say you're not a caller. Although we have had some nice people today. What's that all about? Happy anniversary, 30 years in the business. Thanks for all. No, not 30 years in the business, 30 years in South Florida. I just go crazy when they say that. As though I just came on and started. Just like somebody starting and being as a program director in Miami. You know what I mean? I don't want to take a shot at Clarence unless I have to, but it just doesn't work that way. I mean, we're talking about WBTA in Batavia, New York, baby, preceded by WCGR in Canandaigua, New York, with 250 watts and all the amount of audio I could play. Can I tell you? Well, we don't have time. After the break. I want to tell you, because did you ever, when you worked at a radio station playing music, track the album through? You probably never did that.
Yeah, no, well, we had Sunday morning programming that was album-oriented schmaltz, like Perry Como
that's what we were playing.
Gioni and things like that.
And you just let it track through.
Yeah, especially like on Christmas, man.
Right, you could go do
Christmas.
other things.
Yes, you could. Like
27 past 11 at QAM.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
QAM presents The Neil Rogers Show, South Florida's favorite homo. Starting right now on
Wonderful WQAM.
Alan Box was a normal man with a wife, children, a summer home in Opelika, and a chain of radio stations. Well, normal that is until just 3 weeks ago.
Hi, honey. How was your day?
Unbelievable. Terminal. There's nothing but subhuman out there.
Alan Box is suffering from Neil Rogers disease.
Have you canceled the Miami Herald yet?
But, honey, we don't subscribe to the Herald.
Oh, now that's a cop-out. What kind of a lame excuse is that? Just say no to El Herald, sir.
Huh?
People afflicted with Neil Rogers disease have lost the ability to communicate like normal human beings.
What's the matter with you?
Blue-haired old bags from Pembroke Pines. You know, the yentas who say, "Oh, Neil, how can you say those nasty things?" Running around stealing sweet and low.
Can I get you anything?
How about those bad boys at Winn-Dixie? You know, it doesn't hurt to look. Incredible.
Neil Rogers disease, a growing South Florida epidemic. Please help us find a cure.
Honey, it's Friday night. You know what that means.
Hey, you know what I got? A 9. A 9! What's Lee Fowler got? 3 point something?
Send your tax-deductible contributions today in care of Hot 105.
Terminal. Unbelievable.
11:32. I never dreamed I'd ever see the day that I would have to out the first half of that Bags word. It's just shocking to me. It's unacceptable.
It's happy anniversary and so much.
And happy anniversary, and you can't say anything.
Right.
Like I said, we got a new leader. He's a good guy. He's roly-poly. He's jovial. He's likes everybody, but he unfortunately works for the Beasleys. So.
Right, we're all under that umbrella.
We're all under that evil spell of Joyce, and of course now I think we got a new name for Clarence, Joyce Jr. That's his new role now. He's playing Joyce Jr.
He's gonna be the butch boss. He's gonna tell us what we can play and what we can say and what we can do.
Hey, Clarence, stuff it, okay? Stuff it, you jackass. See you next time, by the way, Clarence. Let's see. These are just pouring in here. Hector says, I discovered you 14 years ago while surfing the AM dial. As I scanned by WIOG, I heard what turned out to be Jack in the Box for the very first time. Oh, we'll have to play that. That's one of the 10 we can still play. I just sat in my car laughing and wiping the tears from my eyes, and I was hooked. Boy, I tell you, Hector, if that one got you laughing and wiping the tears from your eyes, my God, you're easy. If we only had 10 million like Hector, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since then, there have been many similar occasions, but what kept me tuned in religiously is your ability to look past the hype and spin so prevalent in our culture, whether it be politics, sports, movies, music, etc. Of course, I don't always agree with you. Well, why not, Hector? But that's okay, because like you, I'm a thinking, rational person, and remember, it's just a radio show. It's just a freaking radio show, for Christ's sakes, Clarence, you jackass. Neil, you represent one of the people whose work I hold dear to me. You've inspired me and enlightened my days, and wish you the best of everything. Enough of the sucking. Your faithful listener, Hector. Thank you, Hector. Hector Lopez used to play third base and the outfield for the Yankees and occasionally catch. He caught it. Anyway, getting back to Suzanne. Thanks for all the laughs. I listen to you every day at my desk with my headphones on and laugh out loud so everybody hears me. Your Jewish-Mexican friend, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne. And by the way, happy Ashmako Taco. I wonder if they eat like taco hamantash nun purim.
Made out of matzah.
Wouldn't that be wonderful? It'd be a real machaya. Let's see. Oh, look at this. A free greeting card from Neil from Sherry, your #1 fan. Congratulations on the past 30 years, and here's to 30 more. A middle-aged Jewish professional female fan who's been listening since the Zeta days. Sherry, your #1 fan, and she sends me a Vermont teddy bear greeting card. Can you believe that?
I believe it.
Well, thank you, Sherry. I mean, there's actually somebody made like an extra effort. That's something. See, I told you we had a lot of women out there listening, and you won't believe me.
Never do.
Well, you see, women are more likely, as you know, men, it's just not a male thing to, like, send faxes or greeting cards. It's just, that's kind of a... yeah. So women are more likely to be doing stuff like that. That's why we get so little mail, you know. And, by the way, we're happy about that.
Yeah.
Boy, look at how long this one is. Wow. Fred C. says, well, Neil, since everyone else is giving the Neil Rogers story, I'll give mine. Oh, so anyway, when I left the records track through, I used to go up front and sit in the front window of the radio station overlooked like the street corner. There was a soda shop across the street. And all the real hot teenage kids used to, like, hang out outside in the summertime. And I'd just sit there and watch them, you know.
All for me.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping it was all for me, but it wasn't. I'm from Naples. Thanks for the condolences and caught you by accident. Well, that's how most of our people find us, because we sure don't get no promotion, I'll tell you that. How do you like that big billboard that's sitting right there somewhere in town promoting my 30th anniversary? Isn't that exciting?
Beautiful.
That's a beauty. Nobody's seen it yet, but I sold wine and liquor at the time, was always on the road. I used to listen to 790 that had a booming signal over here for Howard Cosell, speaking of sports at the time. Oh, I sure wish we had that. I don't think I got it. That ABC sounder. Nah.
I might have it somewhere. Like
that, that Howard Cosell used to. Speaking of sports, Howard Cosell. Anyway, I think it was 86 or 87. After Cosell's show, South Florida's most listened to talk show, that's what they said at the time, must have been before your book came out, came on, which was the silly Alice Rantel. I started listening to her a little bit, and on Thursdays...
That's Wide World of Sports. Sorry, that's all I got.
Get out of here. I started listening to Alice a little. On Thursdays, he'd do an hour or so with Steve Kane. Oh, that's after I was at INZ then. They started talking about you without really saying your name, and I wasn't getting it too well. Anyway, I found you eventually on the dial at 940 WNWS, no WINZ with the bird, and you were just starting your Hallandale Beach stick. Oh, I got to play that stuff. In fact, you got a pretty long article in the local paper because of that. Oh, yeah, in the local papers, they used to write about me back then, not anymore in the Sun-Sentinel, no. Because Tom Jicha is too busy writing about some TV show that's going to be on for like 6 weeks and then get canceled, and about his, his take on the TV shows. And you think that I'm out of touch, Tom? Give me a break, sweetheart. I think Tom just is taking it personal now. You know, he may deny it, but he's taking it personal just because he's... stupid! You know, it's not my fault. Anyway, I've been listening over here since, except the short period you were on the FM. Couldn't pick it up over here. Oh, too bad you couldn't hear the Zeta. Those were the good shows. I'm sorry. I'm like the majority of your audience, Neil. I've never called. Good. Excellent, Fred. I fax often, though, most recently to tell you and George how to find Dick Cheney's girlfriend. Looks like a man on that website a couple of weeks ago. Fred's a good faxer.
Mm-hmm.
I faxed many articles in the past. The one you and George got the biggest kick out of was the article from the New York Times talking about how Italian-Americans say words like prosciutto, capicola, manicotti, etc. Once you gave me a shot on the radio for telling you how to pronounce key in Italian, C-H-I. I thought it was something, but I didn't mind the shot. C-H-I. Well, what did I know? It made me feel like part of the show. And finally, Neil, to give some perspective, I'm also the self-proclaimed official Neil Rogers pollster who sends you the weekly spreadsheet predicting the presidential vote during the last two stolen elections. Oh, yeah. I think we won both of those elections, especially 2000 when Gore beat Bush by at least 100,000 votes in Florida, but they fixed them both, as I well know, yes. Anyway, Neil, thank you. 1,000 thank yous, especially thank you for being on the Internet. Otherwise, I couldn't hear you on the West Coast inside office buildings where I work. That was a Neil godsend, and thank George, too. Thank you, Fred. He's listening on the Internet. Thanks to Al Gore, who is our president. Here's one. Just think of all the people who would still be alive today if they wouldn't have stolen that election in 2000. Just stop and think, put it in that perspective.
Thousands.
Okay? Yeah. Think of the thousands of Americans and Brits and
the
Aussies and
all the money.
And think of all the poor Iraqis who are dying like flies over there.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have attacked
the University of California, Irvine, they had a big to-do there. They had some kind of a debate about the cartoons, the Mohammed cartoons, and some of the schmatheads out there. The Arab street's getting really foaming at the mouth, the Arab street. Man. Let's rename some of the streets, okay? Mohammed Street, trying to calm down that very angry Arab street. See, just maybe if those countries over there, like Saudi Arabia and UAE and some of the others wouldn't, and Egypt wouldn't have financed, and Pakistan and helped all these terrorists blow up those buildings and kill all these people, maybe we might be a little more benevolent. Maybe our attitude might change a little bit. And I told George before the show, Lou Dobbs last night, James Zogby, who's the brother of John Zogby, the pollster, who's one of the Arab League head honchos there, he was on there whining about, the Arabs are the last group you can criticize in the U.S. and make fun of, and we're taking a big hit on this. And Lou Dobbs, I thought, was going to have a stroke on the air. I don't know what happened to him, man. Somebody struck a bolt of lightning up his ass, and all of a sudden he got religion, Lou Dobbs. He's my new hero. I'll try to forget all the other stupid crap he's been doing and all the garbage about the illegal aliens that he's obsessed with. He's a man on this ports deal. But like I told you before, it goes through tomorrow, very quietly. And the 45-day dog and pony show is just to try to calm down the political storm that's going on. But after tomorrow, it's a done deal anyway. So the Arabs are going to be taking care of security at the ports, and then it'll be the airports, et cetera, and so on. But the president just found out about it. But if you dare to block it, he's going to veto it. Right. Mm-hmm. Man, talk about a bunch of crooks just conniving and thieving. And he went to India to try to escape all of the heat over here, and they said, "Cox ahoy, baby."
Right.
Yeah. In fact, in India, they're not. I don't think there are too many Jews in India, but their favorite story from the Old Testament. No, their favorite story is the one about the burning bush. 19 till noon. I think I better do that. Hey, Beach Ford is gone. On my 30th anniversary, I dumped myself. That was a little.
Well, congratulations!
That was a little. Yeah.
It burns.
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you, Beach Ford has gone mad. It's March Madness all this month at Beach Ford. They just missed having their record month last month, so they're going to do even better now. They're going to break that record this month. Right now, extended cab Ford 150s are as low as $249 a month, with $995 down, plus fees with approved credit and 39-month lease. March Madness at Beach Fords means you must be mad if you don't take advantage of rebates and discounts up to $10,000 on all new and used vehicles. If you're not in the market for a new car but know somebody who is, send them to Beach Ford, because if they take delivery in March, Beach Ford will send you $200 just for sending them in. That money comes from Beach Ford's advertising budget, so it absolutely will not affect your friend's price. Don't miss out on this once-a-year event. Beach Ford's March Madness. It's starting right now. Extended cab Ford 150s as low as just $249 a month. Discounts and rebates up to $10,000 and $200 in cash just for referring a friend to come in. So you hurry in. Beach Ford is located just 2 miles east of the Golden Glades on 163rd Street and West Dixie Highway. Be sure and tell Paul that Ancient Neil sent you by. I guarantee you'll love your Beach Ford experience.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Tonight on the Islamic Cartoon Network, it's Elmer Fundamentalist.
Be very, very quiet. I'm issuing a fatwa.
They're two Miami cops with a hot new beat. They're on the streets fighting crime.
Hey, Pops, that's a handicapped space there.
Yeah. In Hallandale Vice.
We got a problem. The Gray Gang is up to their old tricks.
Lieutenant, isn't that the group of senior citizens who went around trying to get the early bird special after 7?
Yeah, they're back in town.
Let's go get them.
They'll stop at nothing to clean up the streets.
Hey, lady, you can't cross here. You'll have to cross at the light.
And they're determined to clean up the smuggling business.
All right, sister, you're under arrest.
Oh, so now you're arresting my wife. What's the charge?
Possession of powder. Open that purse, Tub. Let's see that white stuff. Yeah, just a thought. She's got over 100 bags in here.
Of what?
Sweet and low. From that restaurant she just came out of. Let's take them in.
Yes, there come the hit Miami Cops on a hot new beat in Hallandale Vice. Premiering this fall on MBZ.
With all apologies to Elmer Fudd, I don't think we can play those Fart War songs, can we?
I don't think so.
Let's see. Here's one that says, well, Neil will not say the same, but happy gathering or happy... What is that? Well, Neil, I will not say the same, but happy gathering or happy any day.
What?
Hey? My name is Chris Cardona from Puerto Rico. The first time I heard your show was in 91 when I was in Palm Beach, and you and your things made me laugh so hard I'll never forget your show. Yeah, my thing makes a lot of people laugh.
It's a very funny-looking thing.
As soon as I got my hands in the net in college, when I went down to research if your show was online, I was happy to see it was. As soon as I bought a computer, I was listening on the net and had problems, and the audio quality was not as good as it is now, which is great. Are you following this? I think
he's Puerto Rican, so give him some slack.
Don't be picking on the Ricans now.
You're the one.
You're going to be issuing a fart law pretty soon.
I already did.
Now I work for a prison, and some years back had a Cuban from Miami, and I asked about your show, and he said, when Neil comes out in the prison in Miami, stops, it's all happiness in the bleak place. So I guess the Cuban guy didn't speak English too well either. So give a salute to your confined audiences and to the people taking care of them. All right, to all our people, all our jailbirds, Jazz McKay left town, so I had to pick up where Jazz left off. See ya! I'm in Puerto Rico, not bad writing for a Julio. Sincerely, Cristobal Cardona in Puerto Rico, in Rio Grande, where only the U.S. rainforest is. Please read it, it says. I did read it. There you go, Cristobal. I wonder if he ever was in San Cristobal, as in Guiding Light. Well, that show's getting so bad. Oh, my God. Where the hell is, what's her name? Everybody left. Even Ross Marler left. The show's getting that bad after 100 years on that show. God. But that's the way it goes. Vince says, thanks and congratulations for on 30 years of entertainment and enlightenment. Hope you have another 30 plus. Do whatever the hell you want. Please add enlightening. Oh, enlightening would be good at today's poll. Let's add that on there. Enlightening. I thought informative would be enlightening, but that's okay. Let's add enlightening. It won't get any votes, but put it on there. Thank you, Vince. What do we got so far? We got a lot of votes. We got 1270 something. 1279. What best describes Neil's 30 years on the air in Miami? Unbelievable, 422.
Unbelievable.
Well, I bet you that guy that called in yesterday is rubbing his hind legs together. He's so excited about the fact that... Yeah, and it was an oversight on our part, obviously, right?
Right.
Unbelievable.
Because it doesn't really mean anything. Entertaining, 382. The Pulse of South Florida, 79. The Pulse, can you feel it, huh? Can you feel it?
No.
No.
Feeling something.
A Real Mitzvah, 76. Fun, 70. Informative, 57. I'm sure enlightening will go zooming up there. A Miracle, 54. Ponderous, enough already, 48. Provocative, 44. Stale, 19. Stale. Lucky, 7. And aggravating, 3. That's good. I'm glad we're aggravating one more person now. Let's see. Ponderous, 3.7. And stale, 1. So 5.1%. My goal is, during the course of the show by 2 o'clock, to get the ponderous and stale under 5%.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really make it. It's like when we do the thing about how many votes we get in the poll during the show. It's just an exercise. It doesn't make a bit of difference. It's not going to put an extra penny in anybody's pocket. But it's just for something to do. It's like a little exercise. Something for the bored South Florida people who are sitting there like staring at the wall, watching the paint dry. Oh, God. Watching those little lizards crawl up and down on the patio. And a lot of people, that's their fun. That's their occupation.
That's great fun, especially when the lizard does that neck thing, you know.
Oh yeah, those are my favorites. And or also watching the wasps and the hornets fly around. See the screening, like most everybody else's patio, the screening got blown off during Wilma, and so while I was home those 3 nasty days. I go out there to get some sun. I'm laying on the chaise lounge, and all of a sudden, within like 30 seconds, here comes a wasp. Yeah. And believe me, it wasn't my neighbor behind. He ain't no wasp. I could really. I'm not going to do it. Oh boy, I don't want to start. Well, I really do want to start, but I better not. WQAM, hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
12 years loyal. My girlfriend Nancy turned me on to you, and from her, me,
just like she ought to turn you into a pumpkin is what she ought to do. WQAM, hello.
I'm a woman, and I listen every day, and I just want to say happy anniversary. That's it. Bye.
Thanks, sweetheart.
Wow.
Oh man. Not that she was a little bit nervous or anything, but that was great.
Maybe her window of opportunity was closed.
Well, whatever. Maybe that's right. Maybe she don't want to get caught in the orifice there, listening and calling in on this show. Maybe she don't want to get her fired. Whatever. Thanks, sweetheart. That was nice. That was special. that was great. Oh God. WQAM. Hello.
Hey, happy 30th, Neil.
Thank you, sir.
Is your disc available on the internet? The best of on your site?
Yeah, sure. It's on it right now.
All right, perfect. Hey, in closing, I'm hung like Florida. Bye.
Yeah. He's hung like Gary Gilmore. Let's see. Chick connected something special for today, so if the disc is there, you might want to go, well, I can do that. I'm going to have to put my clothes on.
Oh, no.
Yeah, probably be a pretty good idea. I don't want to go in my
come on, it's Canada, right? Don't they run around in boxers all the time? I mean, they wear Speedos down here.
No, the sun is shining. Yesterday, I don't know what the temperature was, like in the mid-20s, 25. It was sunny, but I go over to it was windy. It was pretty damn cold in the afternoon. I go over to my convenience store to get my sodas. I wasn't buying no ice cream. Very unusual. And there's a guy I see come out of a building, and a business kind of guy, like with a dress shirt on. Mm-hmm. And he's got no coat, no sweater, and it was like 20 degrees out. I don't know, he may have been going a half a block or whatever, but I thought to myself, are you crazy or what, eh? Okay, I may go down there. I'll get it. In fact, how do we do that? I think what I'll do is I'll play that Wasting Away in Hallandale.
Okay. It's appropriate.
Yeah. In fact, maybe I'll play it now.
Do it. And we'll just go to the break right afterwards.
Well, but let's see. How long is that thing? Oh, it's 4 minutes. That's perfect. It is just absolutely perfect. Then I'll put the Q at the end. The Q as in QAM.
What's the Q stand for?
Genius, man. Now I got to go get dressed and go get the disc, and if I don't come back, I went to Woodbine. I changed my mind.
Right. Don't worry, we got some killer music for you.
Find a good machine at Woodbine.
Coming up cheesecake. It's making a new shape. All of the old folks off at the mall. They're checking the CDs. No, they never say please. Just waiting for the early bird special to come. They're wasting away again in good old Hollywood. Searching for the false teeth they left in a glass. And how dare they claim that there's a talk host to blame, but they know it's their own damn fault. Shoving in line to get the early bird on time. They're pushing just as hard as they can. And once they are seated, they get overheated and start stuffing rolls and sweet and low in their bags. Wasting away again in good old Hollywood. Looking for that long lost fountain of youth. And how dare they say that it's a bowl of prunes a day, but for some, an enema in the blues. The old folks don't know the reason why nothing is pleasing. Their muscles ache and their teeth just don't fit. But what does it matter when they call up Neil and chatter? I hate you, Neil, and never listen to your show. They're wasting away again in good old Hollywood. Just a box of Metamucil and a radio. And how dare they claim that it's a talk host to blame? But Neil knows they can't wait for his show. And how dare they claim that it's a talk host to blame? But Neil knows they just can't wait for his show.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
This is Mark Morgan. It's the 12 to 1 hour on QAM.
About 30 years of broadcasting under the worst possible conditions any talk show personality could face, especially in the swamps of Florida. Neil Rogers, this is your life. Neil, remember this voice?
I always knew he wanted me, even back then. I would look over my shoulder in the boys' locker room, and he would be staring at me.
Recognize that voice, Neil. That's the voice of the boy you had a crush on in high school. Jim Park. Welcome to This Is Your Life, Mr. Park. You can park your scooter right over there.
Neil, I weigh 375 pounds now and wear blood pressure socks from all the strokes. Still, I'd like to thank you for making me feel like I looked good for 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Park. And now, Neil, do you remember this voice?
Neil was the first boy I had in college. He deflowered me in a rented Impala.
Neil, that's the voice of Mitzi Mermelstein, the first and only girl in your life. Come on out here, Mitzi. So, you mean to say Neil wasn't always gay? He actually had a woman?
Oh, yes. He was a wonderful lover. So romantic. Never understood what made him gay. It might have been the yeast infection.
Anything you'd like to say to Neil?
Yes. Neil, I still have your glasses. I kept them with me all this time.
Thank you, Mitzi Mermelstein. And now, Neil, a small-chested Julio that's been with you for so many years.
I tried vigorously with Windex, moist towelettes, even gasoline. Nothing can remove that olive oil from those knobs.
That is the voice of George Rodriguez. Hey, wait a minute. You're not right.
Not a bad impression, huh? Now, see here. I've had all I can stand of this anniversary coolie kissing. What the hell did he ever do?
Outside of ruining my career.
Why, if I was in Canada right now, I'd pulverize him, see? Why, I'd whip his tasty butt down to a fine mulligan stew.
Thank you for joining us on This Is Your Life.
I ain't through with you yet. Why, I'll show you how to be an old red buster. And I don't care that I just said something that don't make no sense. I'm very angry over here.
Exactly. Okay, anyway, you'll never guess what also showed up. I got the disc, obviously, right there.
Right.
And inside a note from a chicken neck, it says, if I wasn't for you, I'd still be mowing Rick Riley's lawn. Oh, God.
Still be mowing it?
Yeah, he'd be mowing it, yeah. And I got another package.
How do you like that? That makes
and
3 now,
in the
right?
package from Yak Tracks, oh, and the phone is ringing again.
Oh, it's your Yak Tracks
down there.
What do you know?
The Yak Tracks showed up.
Your glorified steel-belted rubber bands.
Wow. Only George, only an old, doddering Julio like George would ever think of, because I had that one slip and fall on the ice, which
That's
even
right.
kids were falling down. But, of course, now he assumes that I'm a doddering old man, so he sends me.
If you're not yet, you're going to be soon, so.
Yeah.
Just put them away in a drawer.
I don't even
and,
know what you call these. Walk confidently on packed snow and ice.
Mm-hmm.
And these are things that you stick
They're,
on
the
bottom
technical
of your
name
shoes.
is snow cleats, but those are spikeless, so that you can wear them on any surface without having to worry about.
They're spikeless snow
spikeless.
cleats for
you
the
got
old
steel
car.
coiled. You got steel belted radials for your shoes now.
Yeah.
You just strap them on there. Actually, they just slip on. They're like
And
rubber
it
bands.
really works?
Yeah, man. That's probably why that old guy didn't fall down. He probably had a pair of those.
Get out of here. Now, he was an Arab.
And they just go on over because I
He
know you're
knows
not
how
going to
to
wear.
handle the Arab
Oh,
street.
I see. I know you're not going to wear any kind of special shoes, so those slip on over whatever
Well,
the
what
hell
do you
you're
mean
wearing.
by that?
Like rubbers, like galoshes, like snow boots.
Get out of here. Are you crazy?
Exactly. So you just slip those on over your mall walkers.
Well,
and,
thank you
don't
so
keep
much.
You upright.
I think. Okay.
Don't break your hip.
Let's see. Here's a fax that says to Neil, God, I've been listening to you for 13 years, and of course I found you by accident. I was switching stations while working. I heard the word a-hole, and I've been stuck ever since. When you die, please let it be on the air. Please play Young Neil, and I'm sorry for used to be chronic faxer. Congrats. Santana.
Carlos?
Yeah, Carlos Santana. Thanks, Santana.
And we have an update, I understand.
Yes?
Yeah, we do. They just got out there on 27th. They have $40, and on Pines University they have 80 already. So.
Woo! And we haven't even gone into the break yet.
That's right.
So let's give a plug on these. The QM fans are out there with our merchandise with the Best of Neil About 30-man CD and the commemorative T-shirts, $20 a piece. All the proceeds go to Abandoned Pet Rescue in Fort Lauderdale, except the first $10,000 that's got to go back to the Beasleys because they're too cheap to actually throw that in. Even though it would be tax deductible, be like a charitable donation, but even then they still won't do it because that's how cheap they are. Thanks a lot to the Beasleys, especially you, Joyce. The van number 1 from now till 2 is at the southeast corner of Pines and University in the Hooters parking lot. Van number 2, now till 2, is at the southwest corner of 27th Ave and US 1 in Miami at the Shell gas station. And see, and you were dubious, man.
I was dubious.
Calling in. And it's not even a first break in; they're already calling in.
They were on point.
They've been whipped into shape, so to speak.
Have they really? Well,
yeah.
good. Let's see. Happy anniversary, Neil. Now go home, it says. Well, I am home. Oh, and it's got a picture of a shoe kicking a frog. That's a beautiful thing. Beauty. Happy 30th, Uncle Neil. I'm 35. I'm with you since Zeta. In fact, I used to work with you and Greasy Bob on UM baseball games when I was in high school. Oh, boy. My job was to stand on the field with headphones, and yours was to put up with Mr. Personality. By the way, you're right about Iraq, religion, and body wash, but wrong about baseball, pure and good, Canada, boring as all get out, and Corvettes, midlife crisis mobiles. I hate to break the news to you, sweetheart, but I was buying Corvettes long before midlife. But I still love you just the same. T-Bone in Miami. P.S. Stop being a predictable tribesman by defending the Democrats. Long live atheism and libertarianism. Oh, geez, the libertarians now. And was I defending the Democrats? What did I say at the beginning of the show today?
Right.
A pox on their house. Apocalypse on their house now.
Epoxy on their house.
Here's one that says, Happy anniversary.
You fairy.
I've been listening since the KAT days. Love, Jim. Oh, no. Jim?
Not that Jim.
You never know. Oh, there's that Jim Park bit. Oh, God.
Hi. This is Jim. Love your show, Neil. Love you. Love you.
Yeah. Emilio says, Happy anniversary. Thanks for the good times in this hellhole we live in. Loyal listener, 15 years. And also on the bottom on the left-hand corner it says, Happy anniversary from your number one lady fan. Love you, Linda. You know, all the lady fans are my number one fans or lady fan. Here's a fax from Jack. I wonder if that's Jack with the hands.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he can write with those hands.
Congratulations. I've been listening since I was a kid, over 20 years. Called once for a poll suggestion. Sorry about that. I didn't know what got into me that day. You are the best. Thanks for having a pair. Always telling it like it is and making us laugh in the process. Not an easy thing to do. Always listen to you daily on the Internet, sisters. Below is my humble attempt at making you laugh, an oldie but a goodie. Oh, it's a joke. Okay, thanks very much. It's a joke from Jack.
Okay.
Jack with the hands. Here's one that says, boy, there's a whole lot of faxes, man. You said we wouldn't even get 30 today.
About 30, man.
Is that what he said, Josh?
That's what he said.
Him with a little face.
He said we wouldn't get 2.
I just might keep these as like a souvenir.
Right.
You think I'm actually going to put these on my shoes?
Oh, those things. Someday you should.
You'll have
tread.
So that you don't fall down. There will be other icy days yet.
Listen to me.
Yeah.
The icy day that I fell down, you would have fallen down, Josh would have fallen down.
You know who
anybody in the world. There were, like I told you, there were teenagers falling down, thinking they were smart asses, and whoop, there they went.
You know who wouldn't have fallen down?
I didn't really take the kind of fall you think I did. Not like the one in Amsterdam when I took that rolling fall.
There will come a day. Trust me.
Yeah.
You know who didn't fall down? People wearing those things.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Dr. Bob.
Oh. No, not him.
Geez, if only Dr. Bob would have had those. See, you sent him to me. If you'd have sent him to Dr. Atkins, he'd still be with us today.
Well, I don't care about him.
Well, I do. He was my buddy.
Yeah.
What? Are you knocking Dr. Bob now?
Now, then, tomorrow.
Eddie says, congratulations on your 30th. Thank you for being so entertaining. I listen to you every day in the car on the computer. I've been listening ever since the Zeta days. You're the voice of reason in this crazy place. I believe you always had your finger, I had my finger on it, in or on the pulse of South Florida. That basically sucks. When you retire, I'm out of here. This place is only bearable because you make me laugh all day. And if I'm not laughing, I'm listening to something important you're talking about. P.S. I have Neil Rogers disease. Every time my friends call me, I answer, Neil hates you. They think I'm crazy, and so do I. Thank you so much for being Neil Never Compromise. Thank you, Eddie. Eddie Martinez, his name ends in Z, and he's still a good guy. How do you like that? I wonder if he's got this, the pulse of the Arab Street. You think?
I'm sure he's got his finger right there on it.
He said he's got his finger somewhere. Happy 30th anniversary from somebody who works for the City of Miami Fire Rescue. Unnamed, obviously. We no, actually, it does have it. No, it doesn't have a name. Does it? Is that a name? I don't know if that last word is after the X's and the O. I don't know if that's,
don't go guessing.
Oh, thank you so much for the many years of smiles you brought to my life. I'm a 40-something lady, it is her name, that spent most of her adult life listening to you, enjoying every minute of it. You accompanied me on the radio my first day of real work and are with me still when I squeeze you in on duty and off. She's squeezing me. You're a mitzvah to all of South Florida. P.S. Sorry, but I'm off to get my ashes now. Oh, yeah, we keep forgetting, man. It's Ash Wednesday. Oh, everybody get a little ash today. Oh, look at that. Thousands of protesting Bush's visit to New Delhi.
And many Indians looking forward
look at that.
To announcements that may be made tomorrow on nuclear energy. Zane?
Tell us more about that.
Tell us more.
How important that
how pissed
deal
off
is
these people
both
are.
To the United States
they're foaming
and
at the mouth.
Well, the deal is very important.
And that's because people all over the rest of the world are on to Bush, including right here in Canada. As boring as, what's her name thinks it is. I don't think there's anything at all boring about it here. But then again, what would I know about excitement? Like South Florida, baby. That's exciting. Sitting out there in the patio, listening to the palm trees, swaying back and forth in the breeze. Wow. And, of course, being just a stone's throw from the sawgrass, how much more exciting can you get than that?
Nothing.
Eric in California says, happy anniversary. I've been listening since 90. Growing up surrounded by a bunch of homophobic Cuban hypocrites, I grew up ashamed of my sexuality until I heard your show and realized I didn't have to be some screaming queen or live in the closet hanging out in chat rooms or at Westland like so many of my Cuban sisters. Oh, they're doing the limbo rock at the tea rooms in Westland, believe you me. They're looking at maybe they left their guayabera under there, I don't know. I also got the hell out of Florida forever. The best decision of my life. I download the show, listen to it later because I live in another time zone. So stick it up your ass, Herb, says Eric. That's Herb from Coral Springs. Which you notice, Herb never followed up the phony facts yesterday with a follow-up facts, which bears out what I said. Full of crap.
Right. Totally
ersatz. I mean, I'm sure that there are people who listen to whatever else they like, whether it's Howard or so. That's fine. Like I said, don't bother me none. Don't, not even a little teeny tiny bit, Herbie. He reminds me of Herbie Golub. Neil, what's wrong with my commercials? Just another kvetch. What best describes Neil's 30 years on the air in South Florida? 1,341 votes. Unbelievable, 436.
Unbelievable.
And you can say that again. Entertaining, 405. The pulse of South Florida, 83. Just barely making a move on a Richter scale. A real mitzvah, 81, especially even for the Goyim. And the Arab Street. Fun, 74. Informative, 61. A miracle, 56. Ponderous enough already, 48. I'm resigning just because of them. Provocative, 45. Stale, 20. So we're like, 4.9%. We got it under 5 for the moment. That means that the naysayers will be like, Mo's whole family, even his grandkids are like voting now. Scintillating, 18. Lucky, 8. Aggravating, 4. And enlightening, 2. See, enlightening just zooming up there with the pair of votes. Told you.
Yeah.
Oh. People don't want to be enlightened. They want to be entertained. They want a chuckle or two. They want a little bit of a laugh on it because the world is a slaughterhouse. It's a bunch of crazy people. The politicians and the popes and the religionists and the getchkis out there. And be sure and smear a few asses on your forehead, okay? Just to make sure it's kosher. You know, Brian Schmutz, actually, speaking of Schmutz, came in this morning. I cannot believe it. Well, I do believe because I know he's a good guy and a real salesperson. Can you believe that he actually is, like, conscientious enough and tell me that copy is older than Methuselah's grandma, dated August 22nd of last year?
From him, I believe it, yeah.
Yeah, because he's conscientious. He really cares. He's a sales hole. He's the one we got so far. When you're shopping for shoes, comfort, fit, and value is what it's all about. And I've been telling you about Brandy shoes for a very, very long time. And luckily, a lot of you go in there and get your shoes. And you ought to, too, because they treat you great. They give you friendly personal service, make sure you get a perfect fit, and they got the best selection, too. Rockport, Florsheim, Echo, Mephisto, New Balance, SAS, and the best prices as well. It's an unbeatable combination. Ask for Arnie when you go to Brandy's. Arnie will make sure you get the perfect fit at the right price. And even at Brandy's, they specialize in wide widths as well if you have those big, fat, flat feet. Brandy's is worth your trip from just about anywhere in town. For style, comfort, fit, value, and selection, always think Brandy's shoes. They're at 1290 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach, open daily till 9 and every Sunday till 5. And it's a great time to buy New Balance this week at Brandy's. All great men's and women's styles, $10 to $20 extra off this week. So be sure and get into Brandy's or do your shoe shopping on their website at brandysshoes.com. And when you go into Brandy's, be sure and tell them that Brian Schmutz sent you in.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Excuse me, but I do believe that sucks ass.
Now back to the Neil Rogers program on 1240 WGBA. Here again, America's youngest talk show host, 6-year-old Neil Rogers.
Okay, I guess we're down to mail, and there's 4 minutes left in the hour. So let's take some calls. Orleans, hello.
Yeah, Neil, how's it going?
Great.
That's good. Listen, I canceled my subscription to the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle.
The good old DNC. What an abortion that paper is.
Then I asked how many other people did likewise, and they said none of my business.
Yeah, well, they're real nice over there.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd let you know.
You're a fine American. Have a nice life. Riley, hello.
I want to speak to Neil.
You got him.
Am I on?
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Neil, you're a stinky, pinko, glue-sniffing bedwetter and a pansy.
Great call. This is the day so far. Did he say pansy? When does he get off? What a mung brain. I ride my bike 30 miles every Saturday to do this show, and this guy calls me named. Shame on you, sir. Shame on you. By the way, have you seen some of those bad boys at the new AMP? Now, what are you cackling about, egg? Is this my son? 1,000,000 producers in the world, and they stick me in here with an egg. Shut his mic off. Seneca Castle, hello.
Oh, Neil, you used to be such a nice boy, and now you're so terrible.
Yeah, but you can't shut it off. You can't shut it off. I don't need this. I have offers from other stations. Batavia, Elmira, Fredonia. But instead, I stay here and entertain you grotesque, subhuman doodlebags. Unbelievable. Geneva, hello.
Hello, is this Neil Rogers?
What kind of phone are you on, sir?
How's that again?
Do you have a dial phone or what?
No, I had to put it to the operator.
Well, let's not get into that.
Hey, I was listening to Joey Reynolds on WKBW last night.
Somebody has to.
Did you hear what he's been saying about you?
No, I don't listen anymore. He's a doddering old man.
He claims he's only 40.
Yeah, right. And Dewey beat Truman, too. Oh, shut up, Egg. You're pathetic. And if you think he's bad now, wait till he hatches. Oh, boy. Okay, when we come back, maybe the egg will come out of his shell. But I hope not.
21 past noon. Breaking news. Lionel Tate pleaded guilty today to the armed robbery of a pizza delivery man last spring. Pizza.
All for me.
In a deal that could net him up to 30 years
About 30, man.
in prison, but spare him a possible life sentence for violating probation in the 99 killing of that young girl. He was just wrestling. And, oh, there he is with his attorney, Ellis Rubin. Hey, Ellis, I've been thinking your defense is really stinking. You know, Ronnie Zamora, didn't he just get out here a short time ago, speaking of my 30 years in the market? Mm-hmm. That was shortly after I arrived on the scene that Ronnie Zamora went to the slammer. It was the TB intoxication defense that Ellis came up with for Ronnie. Nice going. That worked really well. Tate, the youngest person in modern U.S. history to receive a life prison sentence, said, yes, sir, when asked if he would plead guilty to the robbery by Broward Circuit Judge Joel T. Lazarus, who scheduled sentencing for April 3rd. Tate could receive between 10 and 30 years
About 30, man.
in prison. Tate also admitted that he'd violated probation by possessing a gun during the May 23rd robbery at gunpoint that netted 4 pizzas worth $33.60 and with violating laws by doing so. Lazarus said that any sentence he imposes for those violations would run concurrently with the robbery sentence. The guilty plea is the latest twist in a long-running case of Tate, who was convicted, we don't know all that stuff. So there you go. There he is standing there with Ellis Rubin, with that beard and those glasses on now. Doesn't look a day over 100. Nice going, Ellis. You are doing it, baby. Now, Brad says, first started listening when I moved here in 1988. Loved it. They didn't have anything like you where I came from, Lexington, Kentucky. Oh, but they sure like to horse around up there. Captain Dave, the bird. Oh, these pants are too tight, you know. It's just sitting down in this position. I'm going to take my pants off.
Them off. Yeah, there you go. I'll play some pants music.
No, not taking them off. They're unbuckled them, man. Too tight sitting in this position with these damn pantaloonies on. Anyway, Captain Dave the Bird, PP from Pembroke Pines, it was a beautiful thing. Been listening ever since. Also listened to Bill Calder for a while as well. Rest in peace. Have only called a few times over the years. Some people have to work for a living. There are many times I wanted to, but just didn't have the time. Went to a few remotes back in the day. Dania High Life, Festival Flea Market, Toyota Hollywood. My favorite show was one day on WIOG, probably around 91. You were ranting about how someone had taken your parking spot. You suspected somebody at Channel 7. After 2 hours of gnashing of teeth and hell-raising, somebody alerted you that you had parked in the wrong spot. I spit out my Wendy's Frosty all over my windshield. Congrats on 30 years.
About 30, man.
I've enjoyed the last 18. Deeply grateful for laughs. All the best, Brad. Thank you, Brad. Now, maybe he's confusing that. Maybe it could have been IOG, but maybe it was Jack Mark at that was that was IOD.
Right.
Right.
Yes, it was.
That was the Paxson IOD.
Mm-hmm.
Well, excuse me. Hey, and Jack Mark, by the way, is dead. I just mentioned that in passing. I'm still around, and he's dead. So you can have your parking spot back, Jack. Nadine Evans writes, George, you're good, she says at the bottom. You're good. Not great.
Thanks, Nadine.
You're good. I mean...
I'll take it.
Yeah. She says, my dear Neil, I've been your loyal listener since we met at the Garlic Festival. Tom Denberg's got a rotten hell for that one, I'll tell you that. We've spoken a few times in the old days when there was freedom of the airwaves. How I miss our casual and fun talks, which I took so for granted. I've been listening on the web since moving to New Jersey. I visited, this is from Hackettstown. Not to be confused with Hackensack, which is a real sack. I visited South Florida in February. Couldn't wait to return home. How did I do the time there 20 years? Doing the time is a good way of putting it, Nadine. When you're in South Florida, you're doing time. You're doing a hard time. You may recall my faxes, Johnny Depp and my daughter Julie, who were an item in Miramar 7879. We also shared political... Oh, sure, we don't forget Nadine. You have a wonderful talent I enjoyed listening to. I wish the station owners give you the superior credit and money you deserve. Oh, so do I. You keep their station alive. Happy anniversary. Keep talking. Thank you, Nadine. Yeah, she's right on top. I'm thinking like renewing for like another 5 years for like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and George doing Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
What?
Can I start to get paid if that happens?
Well, I'm talking about,
right.
I'm talking about the part of the year when you're not doing, not the summertime, the other months.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't that sound like a good idea?
Sure.
I'll get my new agent right on it.
Duff?
Yeah, I think Duff ought to be my agent, my PR person. He already is the sales hole for this show.
He certainly has the zeal for it.
He's got the zeal.
You fairy.
Or the squeal. And the appeal. Ask Wednesday, baby. Start rubbing it and smearing it.
By the way, we're at 260 for the CD so far.
All right, let's get 1,000 today for a good start. What do you say? Wouldn't that be good?
That would be good.
I mean, they've only been out there a short while. Well, I don't know if we can do 1,000 in 2 hours. We could do it.
We can.
We can do it. No, you people can do it. Get out there. Get off your ass, okay? 30 years I gave you for free. The price is right. Got to cough up $20 for those poor little dogs and cats.
You can do it!
Abandoned pet rescue. Dogs and cats. Van number 1 is on the southeast corner of Pines and University in the Hooters parking lot, and van number 2 is on the southwest corner of 27th Avenue US 1 in Miami at the Shell gas station. They got the new About 30 Man CDs and the commemorative T-shirts. Only $20. Come on, fork over the 20. We want your money. Just give us the effing money, man. Hey, I'll tell you guys, it's been on with me for a long, long time, and that's my buddy Richard from Toronto, as a matter of fact, at the Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet. The food continues to be great, fresh, and delicious, and he's still kicking ass. The Emerald Coast continues to be Florida's #1 Asian gourmet buffet, as rated by Zagat Restaurant Review. And now every Friday through Sunday night, you can enjoy Lobster Fest, featuring Maine lobster served Thermidor style. And every night at the coast is Crab Fest with Alaskan snow crab legs, Dungeness crab, and Jonah stone crabs. The menu still includes fresh oysters on a half shell and a sushi bar with over 30 different items. Count them if you don't believe me. If I'm lying, you're dying. The Emerald Coast also serves juicy, delicious, succulent New York steaks cooked to order, hand-carved prime rib. And on the weekends for dessert, leave room for that Emerald Coast famous 40-inch chocolate fountain. It's almost obscene. You can hand dip your own strawberries, all kinds of fruits, marshmallows, other decadent treats. Just stick those babies right in there. Check out all the new. See, I'm tongue-tied over because sushi is not my bag. All-you-can-eat sushi bar featuring sashimi, tuna tataki, over 20 different types of sushi rolls, and much more. The Emerald Coast got 3 convenient locations for you in Sunrise, Sunny Isles Beach, and Pembroke Pines. Reservations suggested. Call 954-572-3822.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Oh, God.
Ranting on the airwaves, horny, bitchy one. Fantasies will have to do, you ain't getting none. Reality escapes you lie and you scheme. Randy, dream on, Randy, you'll never have me. Sorry, Steamboat Randy, little bitch with dreams. Going down life's stinking highway clouds. Everyone knows the Holy One whose ego's in the clouds. Mad, bloodshot, and wasted, talking trash with a smile. Your head's up your ass. It ain't been out in a while. It ain't been out in a while.
Rectum.
So there's another package down there. Well, I'm telling you, this is like Christmas. It must be in honor of Ass Wednesday. There's a large package down there.
Huh.
And being the curious type that I am, on the next break, I'll do the same thing again.
All right. I heard you were curious.
Excited. Huh?
I said, sounds like a good idea.
Well, who knows what the hell it might be. Maybe this is a package with $1 million in cash from the Beasleys, you think?
Yeah.
Right. No. Or maybe Mo sent me something. You know, that might be ticking. Steve in Nashville, look at where these faxes are coming from, boy.
That's
a lot
right.
of people lucked out and got out of there. I want to thank you for entertaining all of us for the past 30 years. And 30 years.
About 30, man.
I wish you a happy anniversary. I moved out of South Florida 4.5 years ago and listened daily on the internets. Hearing your callers makes me know I made the right decision. I can't believe someone would sit on hold for 20 minutes or more just to say, Maricon or, this is Eddie. Oh, we better play that. I just bought About 30, man, and can't wait to hear it. Stephen Asheville, he must have gone online and bought it, which you can do right now, by the way.
No, he must have. He might have gotten it on the in the van head he drove down.
No, because it's Stephen Asheville and the area code on it. Anyway, have a great day and thanks for the laugh. You're one of a kind, Neil Rogers. That's what my mother said too. She said after they made me, they threw away the mold.
Well, people
Thanks,
are going out,
Steve.
because
I beg your pardon?
Our total amount's 480.
We can do the 1,000 easy, can't we?
You can do it!
Yeah, by 2 o'clock. That's a piece of cake. Well, you know, the first 10 grand we got to make, that's all just to pay back the Beasley. So this is quite a project.
Correct you, it's 5. They put up 5. It only costs 5.
Oh, really?
Really?
Well, how come it is that they used to always hit me up for 10?
I think in previous years we had more merchandise involved.
Oh, that's
like
when we had the
keychains,
keychains,
et cetera and so on, yes.
Speaking of that, now do I dare? We might have to dump this.
Every one of them. Are you kidding me?
No, I don't know which one is going to come up here.
Yeah.
No, I
knew it. No, you saved it.
I saved it. There you go. That potty mouth Mo, man. Just what you least expected, he blurts out some crap, you know? Maybe that package is from him. Let's see. Here's one that says from Christopher in Wellington. Christopher. Hey, congratulations on About 30. I'm 24. I've been listening about 6 years. In other words, I'm the wrong demographic. No, you're the right demographic, Chris. Send a picture. Anyway, Mo wanted me to forward this to you, and it's an invitation. You're cordially invited to attend a pizza party for Mo Howard David at, and what does that say? Oh, Chuck E. Cheese's. When the Doys are back in town next week, there'll be a checkered pants only affair. Oh, and then it says, Mo, a pizza's life for me. Also, I might as well peddle an idea for Boca Brian using the song. It's a parody of Eminem's Ass Like That with content based on our chum Mo. Here are some of the lyrics. Mo Howard David, why did you have to become such an ass like that? Now we don't get to hear you on the radio with all your doys. Here's the next 30. Thanks, Chris. How you like that?
All right.
And I'm going to go to that pizza party. So let's see. The Doys are back in town, and that would be a good bit.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm getting cheated here.
Why? Because
the audience is well, no, I'm not talking about that, but just running up and down these stairs with these packages.
That's good for you.
Pharrell would like that package. Art in Sebring. A Jew in Sebring, my God. Art Lefkowitz says, thanks for 30 years of stirring up the gray matter and Schmidt, along with the facts and laughs. Always a listener, never a caller. Good for you, Art. Thank God. From Sebring. These faxes are coming in from all over the damn place. Good golly. Important places like, Hackettsville, New Jersey, and Sebring, Florida, and Nashville. You're just going to love Nashville.
Yeah.
Here's one that says, I remember first listening to you when I was 7 years old, riding around town in my mom's Pinto, eating Pintos and cheese from Taco Viva. Oh, Taco Viva. That was the one that had no, maybe it was Taco Zole that had that squeezed cheese, that real, oh, man, that was so good. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
The liquid cheese that was on all the burritos.
That's right.
And oh, man, that was Taco Zole. There was one on Sunset and Kendall. In fact, that was in the same little strip shopping center that Godfather's was in. And my good buddy, what the hell was his name? Javier.
Right.
Do you know how many years ago that is?
Like 10? 20?
10?
30?
That was at W Snooze, man.
Oh, sorry. Like I said,
that was
25?
at W Snooze, like about 25. Like 25 years ago, at least 23, 24 years ago. Which, hey, Javier. Oh, of course, now Javier is a doddering old man like Jim Park in that bit, you know. But the point I was going to make, isn't that something I remember his name after all these years?
That's something.
Oh, there's a reason, though.
I know.
Anyway, oh, man. God. That Godfathers. Neil, I first remember listening to 107, yada, 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 thinking, wow, what a putz. I am now 27 and listen to you sometimes in tears laughing so hard. I still am a putz, though. This is from Ben. You're a real stress reliever from daily work. Thanks for all the laugh. I, too, have serious but never miss your show. Well, eat your heart out, Herbie in Coral Springs. Here's another guy who's got serious, but he don't miss this show, okay? You can listen to Howard, the West Coast feed, the East Coast feed, the Central feed, the feed this, the feed your face, whatever the hell you like. Herbie. And you notice we never got a fax back. Very suspicious.
I can't get over with that Huey said today. He's got a lot of noise to talk about me that way. I don't give a crap what that Berry has to say. If he wants to smoke pink cigars, then let him. Why, I'll have you know, I know what I'm talking about. Every morning at the condo, I take the elevator down, and on my way to the car, when I pull my folding basket out, I give a free condo paper. The boys are back in town. 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 I said the boys are back in town. Why, you little... Ah, my God, of all you sport old fools. I know everything that's going on in the news. Why, I even know all the new Mahjong rules. I'm hip to the jive, Daddy-O.
Too bad you're going down today. It's the better show when I take your place. I know I ain't no Ed Toilet, but when they drop, my voice will change.
You little smoothie.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Because they're all fighting a war in Iraq right now.
Not the National Guard.
Pardon?
Not the National Guard.
No National Guard in Iraq?
Not. There's no National Guard. No.
Dubai, your shipping ports will buy. Dubai, you infidels must die. Oh, yes, you may hate us, but Bush will have his way. Oh, Dubai, we will make you die. We've been in bed for such a long time with the Bush tribe family host. I ask you what would be safer than an unchecked freighter with a suitcase bomb on board. Dubai, we will guard your port. And when you die, you get a free glass of gold. Duck and cover when those bombs explode. Oh, Dubai, we will make you die. Yeah. Thank heaven for 9/11. For we now control most of your lives. Cash for terror we will give into the Muslims who hate women, unless they're really guys. We'll change your mind and it won't be hard. You buy the height of the old race car. Stay tuned to corporate news, 'cause we own that too. Oh, you buy, we will make you die. I'm dying over here.
1246 at QM. So it was my bratwurst showed up. Wow. I just ordered it on Monday and it showed up already today. That's a miracle. They must have known it was Ash Wednesday.
John the Baker just showed up at the same time, so.
All right. You see that?
All right.
Great minds work alike. So you got your shallot.
I do.
Josh is there working on his veal scallopini.
Right.
Yeah, right now.
Oh, for me.
This fax here from Marty, this just really piques my curiosity.
Plus, we're up to 760, by the way.
760, man. You see, here's my goal. My goal is 8 million.
Your personal goal?
Oh, I'll tell you my goal. No, seriously, my goal is to get that $5,000 back by the end of this week, and then after that, it's all gravy. Now, is that unrealistic?
No.
Because that's only 3 days between. How are we going to find out how much we're doing online? Because I remember last time we
get a report
from Eric,
from the guy that's running the stove.
Running the stove? Oh, the Neil Rogers stove.
He reports to Miguel,
and Miguel reports to us.
Aye.
So we got what? 760?
Yeah.
Sounds like WJR Detroit. Or maybe it's ESPN Radio in Palm Beach because that Evan Cohen is on there, and Jim Sarney's just obsessed with Evan Cohen. I think he wants him. Marty says, congratulations on your 30th. I grew up in Rochester, went to school with you, and even attended Eagle Cove with Bello Snyder summer camp. I've enjoyed listening to you for 20 of your 30 years. I now listen on the net. And lucky I got out of South Florida. Thank God, Marty. You're one of a kind, and the day you do retire, you'll be missed by all. Congrats again, and good show, George. How do you like that?
I like
Marty
that guy.
from Rochester. I wonder who the hell that Marty is, because he went to school. I mean, he went to summer camp. Man, I bet you Marty's old and like me. And craggy now. Oh, if we could just turn back the hands of time, please, just for a few days. Just for a few minutes. Let's see. Look at the artwork on this one. Oh, this is Ray. This is the very mysterious Ray. We haven't had a fax from Ray in a long time. Remember we used to think that this was Ray Perry?
Right, but it's not.
It's not, of course, because Ray isn't as talented.
He sends us stuff in the mail. He is a good guy.
Let's see. The greatest tune of all time was who? And it's got Buffalo Bob there. And it's got, I don't even know who these characters are. Do you?
Wouldn't that be Clarabelle?
Oh, that's terrible.
Well,
okay, I guess.
I'm asking you because I
guess. And then who's that in the front?
GW.
Oh, I see. Yeah, what the hell am I?
The devil himself.
Baseball bats and cartoons, yada, yada, yada. Art imitates life. Happy 30th from Ray. Thank you, Ray. A lot of work, but I'm not going to tear that up yet. I'll do it after the show. I don't want to do it on the air. It'll sound like, well, that's how it is, like with a greeting card, People look at it for a second or two, and then they Schmidt can it. Oh, gee, I went for an hour and picked out a nice card.
You got to let it linger for a little while, then you.
I'm letting it linger on my finger. WQAM, hello.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, likely story. 5670560, pound 560 on the Verizon and Singular Wireless line. See, it's like in life we've all met people that we don't want to. It's like when you go on those appearances and there are people you pull them right to their face. I don't want to see you. I don't want to know from you. I don't want anything to do with it. And the more you tell them that, the more they just continue showing up. In other words, you will tolerate me whether you want to or not.
That's
of course,
right.
the answer is no, I won't. No, I won't. They're just even on this day of my daughter's wedding. There's some people who won't be on the air. Just like yesterday. 5670560. We'll do a little flurry of call here. We're interspersing a few calls along with a plethora of faxes. The faxes are a machaya. Believe you me, even if you don't know what that means. WQAM, hello. Only once for the raspberry guy. You're over your quota. QAM, hello.
Hey,
that wasn't him.
This is Gore Vidal guy wishing you a happy 30th.
Yes, sir.
Hope you enjoyed the talking calendars I've been sending you. And whatever you do decide to retire contract up or you keep on going, have a good life, and I loved it all.
Okay, back to you, Pally.
Okay.
Thanks. Well, he's almost talking like it's, the Last Supper or something.
Right,
it's
going to happen tomorrow.
Wednesday. Let's not get too emotional. I'm not going anywhere that I know of. Sun is shining, man. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to walk right out there in the sunshine today. Not for long, though.
Well, put on your steel-belted radials.
Yeah, I'll put on my steel-belted shoes. Well, I bet you there are too many people in Ontario that got steel-belted shoes.
I bet you there are.
Get out of here. I'm going to ask my cab driver about that. Tomorrow when I go to Woodbine, I'm going to ask my cab buddy. You ever hear? Of course, what does he know? He's Lebanese. Well, I don't think they wear, like, steel-belted shoes in Lebanon.
In Lebanon, no, I don't imagine.
WQAM, hello.
Neil, God.
Yes, sir.
No, that was a request.
Oh.
No, you're great. Thanks.
Neil, God. Okay, there you go. Go away. It was a request for what? Oh, I haven't played the Bridge Tender yet. Definitely got to do that.
It's also on the CD.
In another 3 years, we can do that again. How's the poll coming? We got 1,300 votes yet? What best describes Neil's 30 years on the air in South Florida? We got 1438. Oh, man. I haven't even been looking at it. Well, I've been too busy schlepping up and down the stairs getting
1440.
packages. Grabbing packages. Unbelievable, 489.
Unbelievable.
469, something like that. Entertaining, 434. The Pulse of South Florida, 88. A Real Mitzvah, 87. Fun, 77. Informative, 63. A Miracle, 57. Provocative, 50. Ponderous enough already, 50. 3.4%. Aha. Stale, 23. 1.5%. So that's still 4.9. It's bubbling under 5%. Scintillating, 19. Lucky, 9. Enlightening, 8. And aggravating, 4. Well, good. I'm most proud of that last 4. Aggravating. That's what I'm here for. You aggravate me, I turn around and aggravate you back.
Yeah.
How do you like that?
Yeah.
Sounds like a deal.
How's the lunch?
It's great. Where's it?
Thanks to our friends John the Baker. For your father. Enzo the Baker. Let's see. Here's one, and it's a copy of an ad that appeared on page 5B in the Herald today, the Metro and State section. It says, buried in today's Miami Herald 5B. What? To make front page, Neil has to do an Arthur Teal? Okay, let me give it a shot.
First of all,
in fact, maybe Jim DeFeces can come and record my suicide.
That's an ad that we placed, and there's one in each paper to advertise the disc.
Right. Well, it's a copy of the cover of the disc, right?
Right. So, that'll show up wherever the hell it shows up.
But it says 30th anniversary show today. Now, don't tell me you put one of these in the Sun-Sentinel. Somebody paid for that?
I didn't put anything anywhere.
No, because the Sun-Sentinel didn't give us squat. They didn't give it the sweat off of their cheeks, okay? Off their ass. They gave us nothing. Not just Tom Jicha, but all you other goyim over there at the Sun-Sentinel. It's a real fly-opener, man. It really tells me a lot. I don't expect much. In fact, even if it would have been a slice job, if they would have ripped me an ass, just a little recognition, okay? After 30 long, ponderous freaking years, man, that ponderous thing has got a point. It is ponderous. Like swimming upstream. Like a quadriplegic trying to do mountain climbing, Not easy.
They can get down the mountain real quick, though.
Well, that's another story. And I hope that the people of the Sun-Sentinel have equal luck at the same task. Let's see. Congratulations on 30 years of the most entertaining, mind-opening radio of the South Florida. This is long facts ever heard. I've been a loyal listener for 27 years. I met you many years ago when my partners, the publishers of Excitement Magazine, Bob and Adam, came to your studio for a rare magazine interview. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Good people,
I always remember that day. Then as now, you spoke your mind, gave the public what it rarely gets, the truth. I've migrated across many radio stations over the years as a loyal listener. Remember all the butt wipes you worked with over the years. Today, as always, you shine above them all, and now you have 30 years of excellence to rub in their face. I'm rubbing, first I'm smearing the ashes on their forehead, then I'm rubbing the 30 years in their puss. How do you like that?
Just rub it?
Yeah. You are the best radio talent this market has ever had. You are a legend, a god, the best thing to happen to South Florida radio ever. You are absolutely correct. I agree with everything you say, whoever this is. It'd be great to know that you had many years of local radio ahead of you, but that's just a selfish wish. Whatever time you have left in this market. See, this is like a death dirge here going on with some of this stuff, I'm in fairly decent health, better than George.
Well, it's your last show, don't you know?
Is it? Whatever time you have left in this market, even if it's only 2 more weeks. Thanks for about 30 years of the best. Now go plunge your brains out. No, that's tomorrow, because we got the ball game tomorrow. So the fact I can get out of here early tomorrow, that gives me an extra hour. I can lose, easy 800, 900 in that hour. Easy. If I'm dumb enough to play those dollar wheel of fortunes. Here's a message to all you plungers out there. Do not get sucked into that dollar wheel of fortune. There's no upside to it. It's like the chances of really winning anything big on here, like getting hit by a bolt of lightning, that you're going to hit the big jackpot, the 166. That's right. So what's the upshot? I'm playing there the other day, a couple of days ago, and there's a woman, she hits, what she get? She got like 18 grand on the quarter machine. And then like 2 weeks before, the woman hit the quarter mania at Woodbine for $425,000 playing quarters. Quarters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's too rich for my blood. I played the nickels.
They got nickels and pennies at Woodbine from heaven. pennies for Rimmer. And I can't believe I don't have a thing here from Rimmer.
For all you've done for him.
For all the meals that I bought them, I don't even have a fax here from Jeff Rimmer saying, happy 30th anniversary and thanks for all the free meals at Ruth Chris.
No, there's a phone call I shouldn't have had to come.
Although the good thing is during the 3 days, because he called here bugging me before I went back down there. You know, you're going to be in Florida anytime in February? And like a schmuck, I tell him the dates I was going to be there. Oh, well, we're going to be down there because it was during the Olympic break. There was no NHL, so he wasn't working. Oh, and how about we got to go to dinner? How about Ruth Chris? Ha, ha, ha. You know, nervous laugh. Ha, ha. I said, no, thanks. And he wasn't offering to buy either, believe me. Well, I guess you believe me.
Yeah, I believe.
Let's see, we got Geldy at 2 o'clock, including Eric Reed, who talks through his teeth. We got Eric Reed from the Heat at 3:30. I have no idea what that's all about, but it sure is bad radio. Jim Mandich at 4. Curtis Stevenson, 7 to 8:30. Hurricane warm-up at 8:30. At 9 o'clock, it's UM and Maryland. Let's see, the Terps or the Twerps? Is it the Terps?
It's the Terps.
The Twerps. Speaking of Terps, Clarence will be on that broadcast. Eddie K. follows that basketball.
This is Neil Rogers. Rock solid. This is 560 QAM.
It's not just the 1 to 2 hour. It's a phenomenon.
So who'd you vote for?
Well, I was on the other guy's ballot.
What other guy?
The Republican guy.
Oh, no, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Ted. I didn't want to break that.
Which one did you vote for, dude?
I'm not going to get into it, Ted. You'll freak out on me, okay?
No way.
Yeah.
That hooded freak?
Which one? Be specific.
What's his name, man?
I'm not going to argue, Paul.
The guy from CNN?
Ted Turner, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You voted for Buchanan?
I voted for Ted Turner.
Dude, why don't you just send the police right into my pad?
I knew.
Why don't you just give them my phone number and address?
Ted.
And let them come over
Ted.
and kill me. Man, you're going to elect the thought police.
Ted, this wasn't a presidential election. This is a primary, okay? I didn't have a chance to vote for the other side. Give me the chance to vote for the other side.
Rick?
What?
My pal, Rick, voted for a Nazi?
I knew this would be... I didn't vote for a Nazi!
Oh, sure you did. 101, no wonder you hate him like poison. A minute past 1, we got Geldy coming up at 2, like I said. That should be a real tweet. Let's see, Richard and Robin in Ormond Beach, Florida say, congratulations on 30 years. Your 30 years is quite significant since most things that last that long usually become stale and pandering to the elements down there. Oh, I would never do that. I'm very pleased to know that your show has aged like fine wine over the years. It's better than ever except for the Joyce deal. When is she leaving? Not soon enough, that bitch. We hate you, Joyce. The whole audience would like to come and lynch your dumb ass. And by the way, Norma tells me you look like a hyena. I've been a fan of yours since KAT. You were the only voice of reason during the Elian Gonzalez controversy. It was you that kept my wife and I sane through it all. Oh, poor little Elianito. How come he ain't called in yet? We now live in Ormond Beach, far away from the insane asylum that is South Florida. I work from home and your show is always on my pewter between 10 and 2. Congrats again, and the bagpipes still crack me up and my wife. Keep up the good work. Howard who, it says? Howard who? Well, not that one. I think they're talking about Howard Stern. Oh, you know the guy that CBS is suing, and not rightfully so either?
Oh, no, I hadn't heard.
Yeah. No, actually, they're not making that big of a timus about this, which kind of surprises me, you know? It's kind of I think he's oversaturated at this point, you know? They're just getting a little bit worn out. Lori in Baltimore says, well, we got a lot of ladies out there. I told you we got. If the ladies would just fill out those damn diaries, we could have a 15 share. You don't have to be embarrassed. What the hell's wrong with them? Somebody would fill them out for them. My former co-workers introduced me to your show back in '89. I've listened as often as I could ever since. You, Lassiter, Rick and Suds, a couple others kept me sane during my Florida years. I escaped from Broward in November '99, just 2 weeks before Alien floated ashore. Oh, are you lucky, Lori? I've been turning everyone I know here in Baltimore onto your show and your website. You have a considerable fan base up here, mostly women. How do you like that?
Oh!
Big kiss to all the ladies in Baltimore.
Oh!
From this old fag. Thanks being there through the years. You never let me down. P.S. I'll be ordering a CD later today. Thank you, Lori. What a sweetheart. Isn't that nice?
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, you say that very sarcastically.
No, I'm sorry. I was
Lori
trying not to choke on my salad over here.
Oh. How's the lunch, boys?
It's great. The pepperoncinis are smoking. It's
all
great.
right. Yeah, them pepperoncinis. You're eating the pepperoncinis? You know something? I don't want to talk to you anymore. No, here's a guy that's got irritable bowel. That's like always thinks he's on death's door. He finally went to the doctor. Doctor said, there ain't nothing really bad for you. The doctor stuck his finger up his
rectum.
Not
that deep anyway.
And at any rate, and he's eating hot peppers. If you have irritable bowel, you can't eat hot peppers until you're till that thing subsides, man.
Okay. But they're good.
I wrote the book on irritable bowel, believe you me.
All right.
I'll give you the instructions.
Only 2 more.
Eat some applesauce.
Applesauce.
And the good thing with you is that you're not diabetic, so you don't have to worry about. See, like me, I can't even eat applesauce.
No, you can't.
Because it's like mostly sugar.
Right.
Azúcar.
See.
How's Cecilia Cruz doing? Is she calling yet?
That's one of the rejoins we're going to be playing.
Celia Cruz? Oh,
No.
great. See, now this is much better today. Even I'm enjoying this. We got a lot of, taking a few calls. We got a lot of nice faxes, thousands of them, zillions, a few.
More to come.
And not any of those stupid contrived phone calls. And then we had the nice thing. Who got Rick Shaw to do that thing? Thanks, Rick.
Miguel sent the email.
That was a really nice thing. Thanks a lot, Rick. And he's a good guy. There aren't too many good guys left in radio anymore. Most of the good guys are dead. Bill Calder, Ranieri, Big Wilson, Jim Harper. I wouldn't say he was a good guy. He was all right. He wasn't on the air. He always had the same purple sweater. He was the production guy at INZ. Boy, he was strange, man. Jim Harper. He was a good guy, though, to me. Not a good guy. That was a strange place. We had Nancy, the receptionist. She's been dead for a long time. She had a little bit of a problem. Of course, working there with Tim Williams in that crowd, I can understand easily why. And Stanley Cohen. Oh, that's right. I forgot about Stanley J. Cohen. If anybody wanted to ask me who was the worst general manager you ever worked for, I would tell you right up front, setting Greg Reed aside if that's possible. Because nobody I ever worked for could lie like him. But Stanley Cohen and Tim Williams there at INZ, what a perfecta that was. Thankfully, interrupted in between was Gary Lawrence. Thanks, Gary. I think last time we did this, like on the, where the hell was it? Maybe it was still at IOD. I think Gary Lawrence called in, like maybe the 20th. Yeah, that's right. That would have been on IOD, right?
Okay.
Gary Lawrence called in. Bill Toole called in. I worked for at the J&O West Palm Beach with the lime green pants. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Bill Toole. And he was. Efren in Baton Rouge says, I've been a loyal listener to you ever since I returned home to West Palm Beach from college, UF, in '86. I don't remember exactly how I found you on the radio, but I'm glad I did, and so are we. Efren faxes us fairly often from Baton Rouge. Prior to finding you, I listened to Lee Fowler, rest in peace, and Jack Cole, rest in peace. See what I mean? They're all dead. On J&O West Palm Beach, both of those guys are long gone, but you're still here kicking ass. I'm not only still alive, I'm still on the air. How do you like that, huh? All you naysayers out there?
Nay.
Yeah. As Monty Python would say, the naysayers. And that's what they say in Amsterdam, too, nay. I've been told that too many times, by the way, nay. I think I may be your only black listener who interacts with this show. I used to call you from time to time, but now I fax you once a month since I live in Baton Rouge. Oh, and by the way, I hate the term African-American. I'm not from Africa. I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida, damn it. Well, good. How about West Palm Americans? Dark.
There you go.
My greatest memory was when you received a call from a black guy who said, Neil, I'm calling you from a cell phone I just stole from a cracker.
I remember that.
You and George hit the floor laughing and couldn't stop. I like that. Anyway, before I get too carried away, congratulations. I love you, and I look forward to hearing you on the radio another 30 years, even if they have to prop you up like CNN does with Larry King. Well, I don't have any suspenders yet, but, boy, he is something. He's like the ghost of Larry King. And like I said, poor Jon Stewart. Why did he? Well, I guess they all
get around
publicity,
to it.
Why did he go on there? Why did he do it? Here's one from Anselm, a loyal listener from prestigious Aventura, somebody actually in South Florida. It says, everybody, and nice show with the stars all around. This is very fancy schmancy. Too bad we don't got TV. Everybody has moments in their lives. Uncle Neil, this is one of those times when life unfolds the way it should. Well, how do you like that? Happy 30th anniversary. You've been the voice of reason in South Florida. I've been a loyal listener for the past 15 years. I thank you for the laughs, and more importantly, thank you for opening my eyes about religion. I'm now a proud atheist. Oh! Excellent. Bless you, my child. I'll pray for you. I understand doing a good job at that radio station is like wetting your pants in a dark suit. You get a warm feeling, but nobody else notices. That is
That's
great. Like wetting your pants in a dark suit. You get a warm feeling, but nobody else notices. That is sensational. Thanks, Anselm, and you can start writing our material for us. That was good.
Absolutely.
Sensational. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't want to put too many of these calls in here and spoil a good day. Don't want to overdo it. WQAM, hello. QAM.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hi, Neil. Happy 30. And
Thank
I
you.
have one for you, Paul. How
Okay.
about you're a bastard?
What?
How about you're a bastard?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, he's using the drop in there, like it's...
You're a bastard.
But it doesn't fit. See, that's the only problem. So the answer is
no.
No, but you're right, I am. Let's see. Mark says, when I started listening to you, I was a born again. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
Hallelujah. You were a catalyst of enlightenment for me over the last 12 years. I've evolved beyond belief. I'm a devout atheist with an open mind. Thank God, Mark. That's...
Neil, God.
Of course. All the years of school and college, you were the first one who ever said to think for yourself and use your own brain. Use your brain. Don't believe all the bubble mices that they brainwash you with. Because if all the other stuff was true, they wouldn't have to do such a heavy-duty job of brainwashing. They wouldn't have to have all those madrasas over there in the Middle East. Baruch Atah between the Orthodox Jews and those Getchkis over there. There's, oh, brother. Which is worse? Who did more to disrupt the mankind, you know? The Arabs or the Jews? You always used to say the masses are asses. I never really knew what you were saying until I watched the election results in 2000. It was then I understood the comment. The masses are truly asses. And, of course, don't leave out Al Gore and John Kerry and the Democratic Party, who are being steamrolled over like they don't even exist. And then, of course, speaking of good Republicans, there's that whiny Susan Collins. I noticed that since her appearance with Lou Dobbs last night, this morning she got religion, too. And she said she's kind of moderating her tone now, too, so to speak, her whiny tone. Well, she's satisfied now that they're going to go ahead with a 45-day review. Of course, like I said, the deal closes tomorrow. Deal closes tomorrow with the doobie people. And then they're just doing this dog and pony show for 45 days. They'll say, oh, everything's fine.
Oh, we're fine.
That's what Dan Stewart said, too, and look what happened to him. God. See there, you're letting me get all whipped up again.
Oh, don't get whipped up.
You know what I should get whipped up again is Troy Stratford. You know, he can see, this is why he irritates me. He can come in there and put on that, you know, fine show and that suck around and yuck, but he doesn't do his job. See, that's what bothers me. You know what I mean? I can yuck it up with the best of them. I have no problem with that. I have a good sense of humor. I try to get along the best I can. But the problem is we have some people that want to yuck it up, but they don't want to do their job. And that makes me very angry. Remember that? Michael was talking. Makes me very angry.
Right, to Carlo.
Yeah. What do you think? I'm going to make my godson a orphan?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Clemenza.
They didn't waste any time either, boy.
Yeah, Clemenza just happened to be sitting in the back seat. Oh, he had those tickets to Vegas. I guess the rest of the family probably used them. They were probably transferable tickets.
I imagine.
Yeah. Either that or they could probably afford to a Schmidt can, one or the other. I wonder what airline they flew. 12 minutes after 1 at 5. I guess anyone they wanted, right?
Right. Probably.
At least they didn't tie up the first-class cabin on America Worst like the Bee Gees did that time.
Right.
Boy, on my trip to Vegas. And to think that it was only toward the end of that show that somebody reminded me about that. Otherwise, I would never have done that tribute to the Bee Gees and wasted that whole day and tuned out 90% of the audience that hates the Bee Gees like poison. I've been telling you about Dry Concepts for a long time because I've used them in my house for over 21 years. In fact, they're going to be there this week, I do believe, and make those carpets look just like brand new. I encourage you to take advantage of Dry Concepts' maintenance contract that provides you with a 10% discount on all of Dry Concepts services, including their one-of-a-kind carpet cleaning. Even the schmutziest-looking carpets in the world, the most hopeless-looking carpet, they can make look just like brand new. And they do great leather, drapery, oriental rug cleaning as well. They also specialize in pet odor treatments, ceramic tile and grout cleaning, mattress cleaning, and a lot more. And don't forget, they always give you a written guaranteed price up front, and you'll always wind up getting serviced by a professional technician who knows his stuff inside and out. You made a big investment while you decorated your home, so now it's time to protect that investment. Call Dry Concepts today and let them put everything back into shape and make them look just like brand new. In Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beaches, call Dry Concepts toll-free, 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071, or on the Wicked Web, log on to dryconcepts.com.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QA.
WIOD. Oh, I hate that station.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I wanted to talk to you about bridges,
about
cars, and boats that you talked about earlier.
About what?
Bridges, cars, and boats.
No, we're talking about bridges over the causeway, not the ones in your mouth.
I don't have any, my friend.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Calm down, sir. Take a deep breath.
Dandy. Those are regulated by the United Corps of Engineers. You knew that, didn't you?
No.
Well, it is. All bridges over navigable waterways.
See, if I knew that, I wouldn't have been asking, see?
What's that?
I said if I knew the answer to the question, I wouldn't have asked it in the first place.
Okay, well, all I'm saying, sir, is that the United States Corps of Engineers are the ones that regulate bridges over navigable waterways.
Over what?
Navigable waterways.
Yes, sir, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's up to them to decide what time the bridges should not be open to the marine traffic.
Yes. And what time should they not be open to marine traffic, sir?
I'm telling you that they come up with the times.
Well, what is the time?
I believe it's at rush hour times, sir, that they are not open to marine traffic. Other than that, they are open to marine traffic.
So, in other words, any schlep with a boat can come along and back up traffic for 2 miles.
That is absolutely correct, sir.
Well, what kind of a communist bunch of crap is that?
That is not a communist bunch of crap, sir.
Sounds like some kind of Neanderthal fascist commie pinko
You've got
conspiracy
5,000
to me.
automobiles to one boat.
Right, exactly.
So the boat is going to stop for 5,000 cars? Is that it?
No, I think that 50,000 cars ought to stop for one jackass in his boat. I think that's what they ought to do.
Man, you better know your laws, mister, because you sure don't.
That's right.
I suppose you want the damn bridges closed to boat traffic in a hurricane, too.
I want the bridges closed, period, okay? I want them closed. I want the bridge tender to go home and watch MTV and get the hell out of our lives.
In other words,
I want those bridges closed. Let them use the Julia Tuttle, okay? Let them use the MacArthur Causeway. I think they ought to go on the George Washington Bridge and jump all the bridge tenders. How do you like that, sir?
Well, I don't know about you, but you sound like some stupid, idiotic jerk. Absolutely correct, sir.
118 at QAM. Well, he was special. He was the epitome of South Florida. That's why everybody hates it like poison. Even the ones who pretend they love it. Even the ones who pretend it's paradise. You know that crowd?
I know that crowd.
Lady Faxes says, congrats on your about 30. I used to work in a vault counting money for 10 years, all alone. Thanks for keeping me company all that time, making me laugh. I miss the days when all the politicians were more entertaining and not complete criminals. It was a lot more fun to laugh at all their stupidities. Put the bananas back on the background of your website. I miss them. They sum up everything about Miami. Thank you, Susan. Now, let's see. Well, there's a lot of faxes today, and you said I wouldn't even get about 30 of them.
Well, speaking about 30.
Yeah, how much we got?
We got 1270 right
Woo!
now. So I say we go for 2,000.
Now, I think you're getting a little carried away. What, do you want the slop over?
Well,
yeah.
Now that you mention it.
It wasn't good enough you got the free lunch today from John the Baker. Now he wants the slop over. $1,270, that's in just over an hour. So let me hype it again, okay? We can get to 2,000, you're right. In fact, we can be well on our way by Friday. We can be over that 5,000. We can give the Beasleys back their measly, $5,000, and they want it back. $5,000. My God, the Beasleys fart out $5,000 before most of us get up in the morning. What the hell are we talking about here? Bunch of crap. Bunch of cheapos, man. I'd be humiliated and embarrassed, Joyce and Caroline and George and Bruce, all the Beasleys over there. I'd be embarrassed. Plus all your relatives up in the tree with the banjos. They're still picking it. Anyway, we got van number 1 on the southeast corner of Pines and University in the Hooters parking lot. Till 2 o'clock, we got 40 minutes more to go. We got 40 minutes more to go, so we got a good shot. You're right. We got an outside shot. See, instead of like counting for votes on the poll today, we're counting for dollars on our fundraiser for abandoned pet rescue.
This is true.
And van number 2, noon to 2, from now until another 40 minutes, southwest corner of 27th Avenue, West Winter, Miami, at the Shell gas station. CDs and commemorative T-shirts, $20 a piece, and benefit abandoned pet rescue in Fort Lauderdale. And I guarantee you, this is the last one of these. This will be a collector's item until that final time. You know what I'm saying? In fact, probably after I croak, you can probably do one of these.
Oh yeah,
because you'll be on there.
Yeah,
you'll be on there doing your own show
somewhere.
That's the idea. I'm talking about on this station, man. Joe Bell loves you. Well, he said you're adequate.
Right. I'll take that. That's a big step up.
Canandaigua Dave. Boy, I haven't had a fax from this guy in a long, long time. In fact, you know something? I remember a fax we got years ago from Canandaigua Dave who said he had asked his mother, and she said it was okay for him to contact me. Remember that?
Yes.
I found that very bizarre. In other words, it probably had something to do with that, you know. He asked his mother, and probably Dave is like about 70 now. He says, I lived in South Florida in the 80s and 90s. I did, but since we returned to lovely Naples, New York, just south of Canandaigua on the same lake. Absolutely. It's grape country. You know it well. The only thing I missed in Florida was you. Thank God, Neil, you're on the Internet. It's the only way to play. You're right, Toronto is a great city. Absolutely. Radio here sucks. We need you badly. Well, I'm thinking when I hang it up in South Florida, I'm going to come to WNAP in Naples, the big nap on your radio dial. The sisters are crazy not to syndicate you. You're cutting edge. You're better than gold. Congratulations again. Looking forward to seeing you someday in the land of Blue Jays and Leafs. Oh, Leafs, please. Why did you say that, Dave? Thanks again for your daily honesty and laughs. Sincerely, Canandaigua Dave. From Canandaigua, New York. All right. Well, let's listen to a little bit of... Oh, they're in commercial. You're lucky. I was going to put on a little bit of Leafs lunch on there.
I am lucky.
And groaning. Huh?
I am lucky.
Oh, you're very lucky. In fact, I'm talking to the audience. On what happened to the NHL Network is off, too. We got the NFL. What happened to my classic NHL hockey on there? This is a conspiracy is what it is. It's just a black screen. Well, I guess it's in black in honor of Leafs losing again to Washington last night. Well, they really suck. Anyway, Gerard says, Happy 30th. It's hard to believe. It's been nearly 25 years. I accidentally stumbled upon you on AM radio. I've been an avid loyal listener ever since. You make me laugh out loud. Out loud! Oh, how come we haven't heard from Bill Tech? Rhymes with Todd Black. Continued success and good health from Gerard. Thank you, Gerard. Out loud. Boy, and of course, don't forget, one of the highlights of my 30 years in town was...
Whammy! God, it sucks.
Wow, I want to apologize for that right up front. Actually, they owe me an apology, and so does your friend Marvin Rawman. I wonder how he and Defoe and the Indians are doing.
I think they're all doing fine now.
Jay says, can you put the... Well, that's because Marvin... I think Marvin's getting you drugs. I really believe that.
Hey, I haven't spoken to him in...
What other reason would you suck up to an idiot like him?
Why am I sucking up to him?
Didn't you replace him?
I got nothing to do with that, yeah.
Didn't you replace him?
I owe him my job.
Oh, I see. No, you owe me your job because I'm the one that had to have a hernia to get him fired there.
Right, and they promoted him instead.
Yeah, of course. That was the Cox Broadcasting way. That's right, as in Cox Ahoy. Jay says, can you put the track list of your CDs on the website? Maybe it's on there and I missed it. No, that'd be a good idea. I'm sure Eric can handle it. Anyways, due to the significance of the day when I turned your show on this morning, I thought of all the years I've been listening to you, then I got really pissed off. Damn it, I want the fart sounds back, Joyce. They weren't the whole show, but nevertheless, they were an important part of it. Neil, go out flaming today, it says.
Flaming!
Oh, I thought that was every day. Play the Condoleezza song with a sporadic melody of fart sounds in the background. Joyce is a big, fat, hairy tumor growing on the neck of the Neil Rogers show. Cut the tumor off, Joe Bell. The guy's got 30 years in the market for crying out loud. You're a legend, congrats, says Jay. Let me know when you're going to redo What's Your Favorite Cartoon poll. And also, has Phil Henry called in yet?
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, I'm holding my breath waiting for that. My good close friend Phil Henry, who turned on everybody like a cornered rat. Oh, yeah, he can't recommend anybody in South Florida anymore because I had the audacity to say that his syndicated show, and this is before he became a right-winger, wasn't as good. I didn't enjoy it as much as when he was on IOD. Well, that's a real shot, you know. I said he was a unique talent and the yada yada. I kissed both cheeks, but that wasn't good enough. I guess I had to put my tongue in the crevice. You know, I just won't do that for anybody.
It melts in there.
Oh, geez, candy in the crevice. Sweet. Rob in Colorado says, been listening for 20-plus years, back to the days of the Bird. What does that say? Lightning Round, Mr. Ego, etc. Thank Neil God for the internets. I still listen almost every day from Colorado. Congratulations on 30 years of great entertaining radio. No one compares. Thank you, Rob. Colorado, baby. A lot of right-wingers out there. I'd watch myself if I were you. Howard the Faxer, not Howard the Davided, it says. Congratulations on your milestone. I moved to South Florida, West Palm Beach in the summer of '87. Shortly thereafter, I found you briefly on AM station that I could barely hear, but you made me laugh. Let's see, 87 would have been IOD. You could barely hear it? Must have had a weak radio, Howie. Then you disappeared. I found you by accident in the morning with Captain Dave and the Bird. I've been a loyal listener ever since, but I only became a participant in the show. Oh, no, that was INZ, I see. Oh, that's right, I was on INZ at night. And even in Broward, you couldn't hear the damn thing. Been a loyal listener ever since, but only became a participant in the show last year, while you seemed simply to want to entertain. I most enjoy the show when you're debunking crap, whether it's government or religion. That may sound funny coming from a religious Jew who's president of a synagogue, but you point out the nonsense in religion that pervades it instead of the real message, which is to live in peace and harmony with other people, all other people, not just those who follow the same religion that I do, which should be everyone's goal instead of being a tool of division and backwardness.
Oi!
Keep up the good work, and by the way, it's the third time asking you if you need a new nickname now that Mo is gone. You keep skipping that part of my faxes. Howard the Faxer, not Howard the David. No Mo, okay? But we do have Geldy this afternoon between 2 and 4, who's filling in where we used to have Mo, and no Bo today. When are they going to finally? I mean, you're right. I don't care. I don't know. I was going to say, when are they finally going to do something about that 2 to 4? You know, like put a show on. But I guess, you know. The rationale, we can't do worse than a 1-1. That to me is very aggressive, outstanding program. We can't do worse than we had before with a 1-1. So let's just kind of schlock our way along until somebody comes and bails us out. By the way, you're right, Mad Dog. Take the cash to the bank. You and the Humper Man. Take it to the bank. Screw these grave robbers.
E is for the homo.
Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die. Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred drive. Ride the holy roller around. The only roller coaster that never goes down. Riding Armageddon where the hand of God reaches through the clouds to rip all your clothes off. Bang, 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 shoot the bride feeling true. Bang, 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 abortion doctors do. She can make you dog for fun to eat, while getting bundled by a cartoon character priest.
Our Father that art in heaven, help us answer all voices in our head. We got our Yankees on, we're waving our snakes for Armageddon. When you come, please take us away.
March, march in a bush Nazi parade. Cool off with a goofy great Diana Kool-Aid. Ignorant dicks who want to get their kicks. We put the fun in fundamentalists. Pray to the Lord to forgive you with your choice of blushly appointed views. Head on down to the revival show. There's Billy, heroin, crank and blow. Jesus land, Christian park, where you won't go to hell when you die. Jesus land, Christian park, where ignorance and hatred thrive.
You know, at the risk of getting a little bit maudlin, I mean, I can go on and on about George and Josh and yada. And I already said my piece in it, and they get it. But Boca Brian, Chicken Neck, and KJ, and Guitar Man. Now, Guitar Man mostly in the past, he didn't do anything in a long time. He's gotten too important. But they all did so much. But when I stop and think about if the show had been syndicated years ago, I don't so much think about what I have to say as about the country hearing the stuff that this lunatic has come up with.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why when I see that the comedy services don't take certain things they did, for example, this is maybe the most brilliant thing that was ever done.
The Middle Eastern world,
no argument,
will be exploded.
But it's too hot.
People killed with the gas that
Too
we
honest.
sold him.
Right.
First time aggressor nation and the only one that's going. Now more blood will be spilled to get that oil flowing. Forget about Korea and the nukes they're toting, and the right wing is drilling it over and over into our heads that Iraq has some weapons of mass destruction. $3,000 people killed are not forgotten. Let's exploit them instead. Hey, there's oil to be gotten. Going after Saddam to placate Osama. There's no longer mention of the name Bin Laden, but no one seems concerned. All comfy and complacent, believing every word of this cartel administration that controls us by fear through media manipulation. And the right wing is drilling it over and over into our heads that Iraq has some weapons of mass destruction. The loss of civil rights is the price that we're paying. We're all suspects now, Nazi Ashcroft is saying. I have nothing to hide, table talkers all are saying. Blind obedient cattle don't have any reservation. Without unprovoked battle and world annihilation. Old regimes must fall and Halliburton installed with no objection at all. Democrats don't have the balls, and the right wing is drilling it over and over into our brainwashed heads. Iraq has some weapons of mass destruction. Only Iraq has some
weapons of mass destruction.
The man is a chicken neck genius, let's face it.
Hey, how about that hotline?
Oh, the bat line's ringing?
I guess.
Like a
bat line.
cut you off when you're praising Boca Brian.
Hello?
Neil Rogers.
Yes, sir.
Joe Costello, happy 30th anniversary.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah?
Incredible.
Yeah.
30 years, man. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
How did you do it? How did you handle it?
Lasted, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. So anyway, I wanted to wish you a happy anniversary, but more so than that, thank you for teaching me this business, this hell that I'm in. It's all your fault. No, I'm kidding. But you and George saved
Thanks
me.
for warning me that XM Radio is nothing but a bunch of truck-driving rednecks. Thank you for that warning.
No problem. I like them now, though.
Oh.
Yeah, now that I'm back in Florida and I broadcast from here, it's so much better.
From where?
From home.
From home?
From home.
It's a good idea. You should try it.
Yeah, whoever heard of such a thing as that?
Like I said, I learned everything that I know from you guys.
Well, I wouldn't spread that around.
Well, not everything. I was trapped in sports nerd purgatory. 1996, WQAM saying, "What? Bruce Warner, what the heck am I doing here?" And Neil and George come over from IOD, and Joe Costello is saved, baby. So thank you so much on a personal level, and the entertainment's been pretty darn good.
Well, great. Congratulations for getting out of that place up there. That's good.
Oh, it's so much. Let me tell you.
We might even like you again someday. I'm not too sure. But
yeah, what happened with that?
With what?
I don't know.
Just you were a little bit annoying there, and I guess that's because you were psychotic. You know, went through a nasty divorce and working for a bunch of Yahoo rednecks that,
I guess.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you, being in D.C. will mess up the mind of even...
Well, that's what George kept saying. He said you just weren't the same guy no more, but that's all right.
Well,
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, George. Thanks, George. Incidentally, I heard the story of George telling that he puked in my yard with devil horns just days ago, and it brought back some great memories.
I'll bet it did.
Yes. Well, Neil, again, happy 30th anniversary.
Thanks, Joe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
See ya.
Take care.
The House has pulled from consideration today a compromise measure on the Patriot Act, which was agreed upon by Senate Republican moderates and the House Judiciary Committee. According to the raw story, it's pretty raw. House aides say that Representative F. James Sensenbrenner of Wisconsin, chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, has delayed a vote on the compromise measure. A vote on the Sununu provision, named for Senator John Sununu of New Hampshire, who negotiated the compromise, has been yanked from a floor vote in the House today and been rescheduled for next Tuesday. What happens now is unclear. The Senate approved the full Patriot Act conference report, which the House already has approved. Then we'll vote on the Sununu compromise. The House could still back out of the measure, though. But aides seem more optimistic after an initial scare that the House had dropped the measure indefinitely, meaning that if the Senate approved the Patriot Act conference report, the entire bill could go to Bush for a signature without any revisions. And it goes on. But in other words, nothing's going to happen. Same old crap. Democrats roll over, just like, you train your dog, roll over, Rover. That's what the Democrats do. Roll over and spread their legs, wide open. Oh, and speaking of that, Joyce, it's up for several honors at Sunday's Academy Awards ceremony, but Crash already has taken first prize for the most curse words in a film nominated for Best Picture. Oh! All right. No wonder I liked it so much.
That's right, because it was realistic, because that's how people talk.
FamilyMediaGuide.com, which tracks incidents of profanity, sex violence, and tobacco use in films, reported Tuesday that Crash had 182 expletives, including 99 utterances of the F word.
Oh!
No F. The movie about racial tensions in Los Angeles is nominated for 6 Oscars, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor. Bare Ass Mounting ranked second among Best Pictures with 92 curse words, followed by Munich with 22. Only 22, that's small taters. Mm-hmm. The record for the most profanities in a film to win a Best Oscar is held by Platoon with 329. Bet you didn't know that. The Vietnam War drama, The Deer Hunter, is second with 208. Well, there's a lot of curse words in war movies, Damn, F, Family Media Guide says it makes no judgment on a movie's value, but simply tracks instances of profanity, sex violence, and tobacco use as a guide to parents. So don't let your kids see Crash because they say the F word 99 times. How do you like that? 99 times. Too bad Sonny ain't still around to say 99 yards. Wouldn't that have been great?
It would have been.
It would have been, but he's not here. He's dead. Too bad. We missed Sonny. Sonny Hirsch, good guy. Saul ago. Joe Freed, he's dead. I wonder if Gene T. Bloom, I forgot to mention him to Hank this morning. Gene T. Bloom, he was in the tea room at KAT. He was a really strange guy. Talk about temperament. He was the assistant news guy to Joe Freed at KAT. Mm-hmm. And one day he got so porked off about, I don't remember what it was about something at work, And he went out and he sat on the curb on Bay Road. You know, the station was there on Bay, rhymes with that. And he just sat on the curb and wouldn't come in for long. He was just all red in the face. I don't remember what it was about, but it's apoplectic. Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
So how much we got there? We're going to call in after every break.
We're at 1,600.
Ooh!
So and that was the last report I got. So we.
At what time?
That was right before you came back.
Came back from what?
From the break.
Europe? Well, the last break was like 20 minutes ago.
That's what I'm
or
saying.
15, whatever. Okay, so let's see if we can get to that 2,000. I don't think so, but 1,600 is a pretty good start, right? And we're just getting it going?
I think so.
I think we are well on our way to repaying the Beasleys and just kissing them off.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Neil Rogers.
Very old. Not pretty old. Ancient. Fossilized.
Venerable.
Crusty.
Would you slip and fall?
I said crusty, not musty.
While your window is open, or run down the hall. While your window is open, I'm out on tour, but I feel secure, 'cause your temp will watch while your window's open.
That was today. I lost touch with the South Florida audience, man. I touched it, and they all ran like hell. Wouldn't be the first time. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Guy calls in, oh, that's it. You've gone over the edge, man, in bad taste. You know, this is long after Eric Clapton's kid went flying out the window. And some listener actually recorded that. That wasn't even one of our own psychos that did that.
Right.
Jerry Sullivan. Oh, no. Oh, that can't be the Jerry Sullivan. No, it's got to be somebody different. Wilmington, North Carolina. Is that anywhere near your hood?
I don't know.
Been a listener. You don't know too much about North Carolina for the guys.
I know about Western North Carolina, so I haven't heard of it.
Been a listener since the Hallandale days. I bailed out of South Florida 10 years ago, and now live in Wilmington, North Carolina, with a bunch of closed-minded red state nose pickers. George would love it here because it's one of the best places to live in North Carolina. Congratulations on the big 30. Thank God for the internet. All we have is right-wing radio and John Boy and Billy. Thank you, Jerry. I'm sure glad it's not the Jerry Sullivan from IOD who got demoted from program director to driving the overnight news truck. True story. That was their way of saying, see ya, Jerry. Look at Russell and Coco Chronic. Man, yesterday we got a fax from Russell, but he's out of control today. Congratulations. 20 years ago, I fled the frozen north for a week of winter vacation with friends in Jupiter and ran into your show. I was hooked. My friends couldn't get me out of the house middays. Came back to South Florida whenever I could to hear you. When I finally bought a place in Central Florida, I made damn sure I signed anything that your signal came in here. Well, before I signed anything, I see. Now it's 6 months terrestrial and 6 months internet each year may continue for 30 mo. Big thanks for all the fun laughs, locker room humor, shibboleth smashing, religion bashing, wicked wit, political wisdom and truth. No sacred cows, you are our generation's H.L. Mencken, only funnier. Well, thank you, Russell. Boy, that's emotional and all kinds of alliteration in there and stuff. Adam says, happy 30th. The power of Christ works again with the exorcism of the water Nazi, finally getting it out of QAM. Don't mess with the water Nazi. What a present for your anniversary. Thank you, Adam. It was a very fine present. In fact, Joe Bell came in yesterday and made a point of that. That she resigned as a gift to me on my 30th anniversary. That she got the hell out. And long overdue. Let's see. One black hockey fan that says, happy anniversary. You guys should make a poster of the cover of the CD. I'd buy that before the CD. I'll get the CD anyway. Whatever that means. Oh, I see a poster of you. Yeah, that's cute. Oh, we can do a lot of things. How are we doing? Did we get that call after that break?
Yeah, we're at 1760.
Woo! Oh, no, we're so close.
Hold on, I'll get another call.
I beg your pardon?
He's getting another call.
Oh, and then the frequency, of course, 1760. Isn't that what the fan was? Our first sports competitor that they were peeing their pants about?
Competitor?
With more testes distraught in that crowd of losers? And that silly Jim Berry from Channel 4, whatever. He's a gooseball. Not a goofball, a gooseball. Happy 30th from... what's up with your fish? Oh, what's up with your Verkackte Mishpacha guy? Wow, that sure goes back a long time. You know?
Does.
In fact, if I knew how the hell to spell it.
F-A-R.
Oh, it's spelled with an R? No wonder. Well, when you got the bad spelling in there. Fahrenheit. Boy, I tell you, we got a lot of stuff.
Hey, yo, man, what's up with your Fatata?
I started listening as a punky 15-year-old brat 89, been hooked ever since. I remember the first show I heard it was when Dion was in the studio on his birthday. Oh, Dion was in the studio. That was really something. How could anyone not be an Ely for life after that?
You know, gone down the road.
What a talk-up.
Stop at Fannie Mae. I'm gonna tell old Fannie what I heard her boyfriend say. Don't stop me talking. I'm gonna tell everything I know. I'm gonna break up the signifier. Whoa, people, somebody's got to go. You know, Neil told Rich, Richie told the bird, and Bird told Annie, Annie told her mother, tell her brother too, don't stop me talking. I'm gonna tell everything I know. You know, like that.
And when you stop and think about it, there he was talking about Fat Rich and the Bird, and they're gone, and Dion and I are still here. And he's still wearing the same cap. That would be a good poll question. Who's got the oldest, smelliest cap, Rickshaw or Dion? Anyway, Mark says, you're absolutely the best. I'm the third Mark today. Movie recommendation, Sweet Smell of Success with Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis. Lancaster is excellent as Walter Winchell-type newspaper columnist. In fact, this movie opened up a lot of eyes regarding Winchell, and his influence began to suffer. And even Tony Curtis, whom I normally can't stand, shines as the slimiest, most unscrupulous of all press agents. Another fantastic movie showing the media for what it is. I think you'd like it. Sweet Smell of Success. I'm putting that in my pile. Okay. I'm putting that right under my shoe things there.
Your steel-belted radio.
My steel-belted radial shoe things. Here's a fax from Gene. Oh, yeah, Gene, who's been faxing. Gene Rogers, as a matter of fact. Been a loyal listener since the KAT days in North Miami when Woody's was just a small hot dog stand on Biscayne Boulevard. Thank you, Gene. And a big gesund. Let's see. Joyce, Joyce the first 30, Joyce the next 30, and Joyce Jr. The only reason I listen is to see how you'll Joyce me off again. Thank you, a Joyce and listener, Kurt. Thank you, Kurt, and Joyce you. Uncle Leo, just want to wish you a very happy 30th anniversary. I used to think Howard Stern was the best, funniest show on the radio, but I was wrong. The Neil Rogers Show, including the lovely George Rodriguez, you're lovely now, is the best radio show on free or satellite radio. Keep up the good work, Pally. Thanks for the memories from your semi-chronic faxer. Here's one. You're the best. Your biggest fan, 20-plus year listener, 3-time caller, to meet you. There is only one God. His name is not Jesus. It's, whatever, says Rick in Miami Lakes. Thank you, Rick. 2-time meet me, okay? Meet, that's meat. Didn't say eat. See. I've been been lucky enough to listen to you, so I recognize this hand. Oh, it's Todd, Chronic Todd in Hollywood. Since K18, appreciate every minute. Thank you profusely. You're welcome, Todd. The price is right. P.S. Don't blame you for leaving South Florida. You're a toilet in the sun. Come on down and feel the hate. Hey, don't feel the heat. Feel the hate. Amen. Although the hate is, wasn't that something with Joe Costello calling in? I noticed you were kind of taken aback.
No, I knew that he was ringing the hotline.
How'd you know that?
Because he called Josh and said, hey, I'm ringing the hotline. Tell Neil to answer it.
Oh. Kevin says, I found a safe and tranquil place to live in South Florida. It's the mainlands of Tamarack. You know, the little white houses with old people living in them. It was affordable when I moved here. I've enjoyed living here the past 5 years. But now a developer wants to build townhouses and zero-lot houses on the land, a golf course that surrounds our neighborhoods. It's a rotten plan that will slam geezers and upwardly mobile types into the same tiny space. I've seen their plan. It reminds me of that hideous photo of the python that tried to eat the alligator out in the Everglades, and the result, they both died. Up until now, I've been able to avoid the South Florida you describe, but I'm afraid it may have shown up on my doorstep. Perhaps as a public service, you could mention there will be a meeting March 15th at the Tamarack Municipal Building regarding this issue. Check the Sun-Sentinel location section for exact time. Kevin, thank you and happy New Year. Well, thank you, Kevin, and good luck to you, okay? Although we don't read the Sun-Sentinel no more.
This is Neil Rogers. This is 560 QAM.
Tonight on the Islamic Cartoon Network, it's Iraqi and Bullwinkle.
Hey, Iraqi! Watch me pull a rabbit out of my turban.
Oh, Bullwinkle, that trick never works.
Snuff it up my sleeve. Let's go!
That was no rabbit, Bullwinkle. That was an insurgent.
Oh, guess I better get a new turban.
Abu Ghraib.
Don't like all the Harper. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. He's president of Republicans muscled in an inarticulate idiot. I don't know why they won't. President Dumb. Oh, what I give to count votes once more and get who we all voted for. Why, if you want this, lips drumming, stupid heat. Mindless, drunk, and rich kid. He's even dumber than me. He's President Dumb. You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Dumb.
Okay, almost out of time. We got Geldy standing by. 2 to 4 in the revolving door slot. Thanks for all the faxes and the calls. Now let me just ask you this: we had 1760 on the last shot. What do we got now?
You know what? I'm not sure. Probably just a little bit more. Because I only got one call, so
yeah.
I don't know the total. There's 2 of them, you know.
1760. We got a shot of being real close, right on the verge, man. We're right on the edge of 2,000.
Just pretend.
Yeah, like I said, we got 45,000 today, and that's just on the first day.
It's either that or stay on until they get to 2,000.
That's a good idea. You guys stay right where you are until you get to 2,000. If it's like 10 o'clock tonight, midnight, 4 in the morning, whatever the hell it is, just stay there, and we'll be right over.
Bye.